This time I waited to see if it actually connected. I think that might have been my problem last time. I didn't have that work. It took a while to connect to the stream for some reason, to Twitch. But welcome everyone. I was about to say, this game's very quiet, isn't it? And while that is also true, that's not really what I meant. So let's take the music up again. I just think that it's a little quiet. Sorry, let me move this over here. I also need to turn on my teleprompter, except it won't turn on. That's intriguing. This is so quiet. Hi, Snap! Hi! It's been a while since I've seen you in here, I understand. It's you're busy a lot, sounds like, as well. Yeah, you know, not that you have any obligation to be here. It's nice to see you. It's like, it's a nice little surprise when I see you show up. Favorite chatter has entered the chat? No, I don't have a favorite. That'd be like if my parents actually told me that my sibling was my favorite. We don't need to go into when they told me that for real. No, I don't think they did. They just, it was just obvious, you know? Let me... Why isn't this thing working? Give me my teleprompter. So I can move my chat. Just ended stream, would have rated. I'm so sorry, Simon. I saw that you were live, and I saw it like a couple hours ago, but I was still in bed, drifting in and out of consciousness. I wanted to show up, but I just kept... I have this problem where some days I just literally can't get out of bed until my body is like, I'm good and ready. Which sucks if I have somewhere to be, and I'm like, as the hour, like, like an hour and a half, I just sat there for what was taken down. I was like, it's probably 2 hours. Every time I just like wake up from like a little nap, I'd be like, I can't miss my stream. I gotta get ready for it. But yeah, I got out about 40 minutes ago and had a shower and everything. Why won't this work? Why won't I work? People don't want to work these days. I'm people, it's me. Let's share with your mom. Is that you're an only child and still not the favorite? That's crazy. Snap. Maybe they don't want to have to rate. I don't. Yeah, I'm just glad that you had a good stream. I saw that you were playing Pokemon, and I really wanted to show up, but my brain was just not letting me. And that happens sometimes. Peak has been eating your brain since you played it, Rock. Welcome. I know that wasn't your first message, but I didn't really read out your first one. That was just howdy. We're just getting through everyone. Yeah, no, I like to think that I stream on time recently. There was that one day where I had the technical issues, and I did stream 50 minutes late. And then ended like an hour early because my power went out at the end of it as well. That was the cursed stream. I'll try not to be that bad. That's the the bar is very low, but my bar is to never reach that point again. But yes, Rock, Peak has been eating your brain. Welcome to the rest of us who've been here for a little while, but I understand that you only just got to play it. Maybe we'll find a day to do that. I'm busy tomorrow, I think. I've already got a game for stream, is what I mean. But I'm not busy off of stream, I guess. Just rate someone on your favorites list. They're live. You did not see me. It probably would have just been like... Twitch takes a while to update sometimes, so I've only been live for like 5 minutes here. You've not played Peak enough to get it out of your brain. Well, we could make a little group at some point here. I don't know. This game's been eating at my brain all weekend, and I wanted to touch it. Oh, it was 10 seconds. Yeah, no, that doesn't even count. And I was only here early because I wanted to be early. Because then the ad gets done before the stream really starts up. And my bot only likes to tell people on the hour or 10 minutes, every subsequent 10 minutes. So if I start just a little before, then it means that people actually get notified when I'm supposed to go live. Rather than if I start on like a few seconds after the hour, then it goes, oh, we'll let everyone know in 10 minutes, which is pointless. It's like, why would I even have the bot then? But I found my way around it, and this is my way around it. Peak Merit Badge Challenge. Oh, you get to go through all of them. That'd be a good idea. You have to make a new account, I guess. Start over. I mean, that's not too hard. I mean, making a new Steam account always sucks, though, I guess. It's not fun. Stream on time, and by that I mean either once a week, or once or twice, I guess? Or at 3 AM? I don't know. I don't know when that's supposed to be. Maybe 6 months of what? Oh, of your Pokemon. Cause like you just started this one up now, haven't you? Or am I crazy and this one's been going on for a while as well? You got so much Pokemon going on that it's hard to keep track sometimes, but I haven't been keeping track very well either, so maybe it's on me. This game is something. I'd say let's get to it, but let's get to the Bandle first because I have everything else set up except for my date and time. Like a fool. Milby reached the final game of the Pokeathon. So I'm assuming that's just him going through every single Pokemon game, and he's on like the latest generation or whatever order he ended up playing it in. What chronology would you do it in if not when they came out? Like, is there like oh, actually, in the sequence of the universe, this one comes out first? Well, actually, there could be, because there's like Legends Arceus or whatever. Vibes based, yeah. Yeah, there's that too. Good release order, but always starting and ending the gen with a mainline game. Okay. Oh, so then they were playing some of those games that weren't mainline games. That's crazy to me because like I've barely ever touched a Pokemon game that's not like a main Pokemon game. I've barely touched the main, like I haven't touched the majority of them at this point. I've only touched like 1 through to 4. Actually, no, 1 through 5. No, so I have played most of the mainline ones, but not their remakes or I was gonna say or the Legends one, but I guess that's kind of like a remake. That's a soft remake in a way. I am looking up Bandle on the wrong browser. Let's open Firefox. Played the Detective Pikachu games. I've never played the Detective Pikachu games. I know that they're what the Pokemon movies are based off of. I mean, the ones that are specifically Detective Pikachu, I guess. I guess that's really not hard to put together. It shouldn't be that hard, at least. Pokemon Team Turbo, which was a flash game with like 5 seconds of music. I guess that loops, because I love when 5 seconds of music loops. That's that's insane. That's really oof, owie. Let's go with the date. Let's just start this up. We've been chatting. We can do both. Get you a man who can do both. That's me. Yeah, we're going back to Demon Bluff, so let's leave that there. 5 seconds of music loops, like Demon. I was gonna say that, but like it's not really 5 seconds. It's a little bit longer. It loops very seamlessly as well. Well, when I can hear it. I haven't been able to hear it recently. I feel like the music has gotten quieter as I kept playing it. Or maybe I'm just losing my hearing and I don't notice. But I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty loud right now. I can hear myself in my ears bouncing off the walls in this room. Pokemon Shield with DLC is now the longest game of the marathon. Crazy. I've never played Sword Shield. Is that the one that's God, I always get that confused with Sun and Moon, I guess, because one of them's France and one of them's like England or the UK. I don't know if it's the UK as a whole, but I don't know. All the French people and the British people in chat can fight me about all of the things I just said. Sword and Shield is UK. Okay, that would have been what I felt because like Sword and Shield felt very you know, like medieval, like Arthurian legends kind of thing. Oh, I just got a message from someone who's very important to get back to, so that my train of thought's gone. But yeah, no, it does. It did. I don't know why X and Y would feel like French though. Aren't they? Aren't those just two letters that in French you don't say? There's like silent letters. Half of the letters in French are silent anyway, so I don't know. I could just say that. Sun and Moon is Hawaii. Look, here's the thing: Sword Shield, XY, Sun and Moon, all the same generation. I skipped out on that. Is any of them the one before? Are any of those 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, so one of those is the one that's the newest one before Scarlet Violet, because Scarlet Violet's the one that I came back for and still haven't finished. Sorry, I've just gotta type back on this. It's important I get back quickly. I'm just quiet. I just don't want to like read out what I'm saying because it's a private conversation. Okay, good. Professional, so professional here. Responding to professional messages while I'm at my job. We out here. We out here. It is 2012, apparently. Y'all remember 2012, the last good year? But I think some Gen Zers are now like, 2016 was the last good year. No one remembers 2012. Anyone remember the movie 2012? Yeah, why didn't that happen for real? That came out in 2011, right? I don't know. I need to look it up now because I think it's really funny if it just says 2011, 2012 in like parentheses. No, well, 2011, 2012, 2011 in parentheses. 2012. 2009 film? No. Really? I don't even, maybe it just released where I am late, like 2 years late. Last good year was a set of tires. You got crazy. Yeah, it's 2009. I really thought that it was because I thought that I don't want to date myself. I mean, I'd date myself. I'd date me. Look at me. Sorry. Don't want to like date myself here, but like I don't want to. You know, there's certain things that were going on in my life that I thought were when I saw 2012, but I guess I never really saw it in the theaters. No cinema for me. It was not absolute cinema. It was 2 hours and 31 minutes. I knew it was like 2.5 hours. Look, I know that I said when I watched it, but I never watched the full thing, which also should have been a clue that I didn't watch it at the cinema. But I thought I watched it like maybe the next year. And I thought, okay, 2012, I thought I watched in 2012. But I might have watched it in 2012, but like 3 years late. It also released at the end of the the year in 2009 as well. I know that because it wanted to release around when it would happen within, like, the year, and it was, like a December 14th, that was when the world was supposed to end, something like that? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Anyway, let's get to Bandle. 2012? We don't need to go through that conversation again. 3.8 billion. I guess that's, like, an okay amount for no, 3.8 billion is a lot, even for a song on YouTube that was released when YouTube was out, because, like, the One Direction one only had 1.1 billion. Yeah, no, look, here's the thing. My thoughts on views on YouTube are skewed because I get way more than this. No, because because you know, some of the top songs have a lot more than this. But this isn't just middle of the road. This is definitely higher end. I don't think I know this song. I don't know if I can get that on one. That's like every single drum line for every single song. I don't. I know that it's not, but it feels like it because it's the drum line to most songs. I'm gonna have to skip. Or I'm just gonna have to start guessing 2012 specials, I guess, without any kind of idea what it is. But, you know, the bass should give us a little bit of a clue to the melody here, so. What? What is that progression? Oh! One day you'll understand why everything you touch slowly dies. You only know you've been high when you're feeling low. What is the name of that song? Is it not? Is that not it though? I need to replay it. When you're feeling low, time's the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Oh, is it just let her go? That might be it. And you let her go. Passenger? Is that who does it? It's them. Okay, alright. Woo! I don't know why, but like, my brain was just like in that era. Like, once I see the date, it's like, okay, all other music is away. Except for sometimes I'm like, why does this one song sound way too much like this song that's like from a different decade? But we don't have to worry about that. People get it on the piano. Oh, I should have looked at if I saw piano, it would have been like so much more obvious because this is a very piano heavy song. Oh yeah. Only know you love her when you let her go. Because I was going like, the chords don't do it, but like the melody, like the single notes. I could see how people get it here. In fact, I don't know how, there was like a bit in the bass that only know you've been, and I think it was the down up bit that made me go, oh, because I was like, this is so unusual to hit like the same notes twice, but in like a alternating pattern like that. Because I mean, it's not unheard of, but like you usually branch out from there. But like it just kept like going around on two notes. It's like, okay, it's like me when I try to make my first song and I don't know anything about music theory, and I'm just like throwing notes out there and trying to make like patterns with the dots on the lines. But like, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that it's a little more unusual, actually. Don't make her stay. Let's hear the KK Slider cover. That's not KK Slider. This is perfect KK Slider song. It would have been great. I can't. Like, just use the KK Slider the file. Read the MIDI with KK Slider for the voice cover. They keep not doing that. I'm always looking forward to the KK Slider like remix, but like they don't do it anymore. I guess they lost the right to use the KK Slider the KK Slider one. I'm not gonna know this stuff. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. That's it. We know that one. It's not you, obviously. Is it crazy that I'm like, wait, aren't you Bruno Mars? I might be stupid. It might be you because there's like more than because it's not just a name of one guy. It sounds like you sound like you could make that sound with your voice. Gotta be you. No, it's not. It's you. Wow. You seem like a real guy. That sounds way. That's Macklemore. Look, I gotta be honest. I don't know Macklemore. I don't know what they look like. That's Macklemore. No one cares. No one cares that I don't know Macklemore. Look, I don't know Macklemore. No one. Look, nobody cares what they look like. I gotta be honest. Like Macklemore is such a group. I guess a duo. Now I know it's a duo. That the only thing I know about them is like it's the one that's not Fleetwood Mac, but it's got Mac in their name. Macklemore is one person? Crazy. I don't know. What do you mean? You just said that was Macklemore, the one that I clicked on. Oh, was that like Bruno Mars? The guy that I was like, oh, that's Bruno Mars. He like almost looked like him. That's probably also Ryan Lewis who did the album. Look, no one needs to know that I don't know what humans look like. You come back to chaos? Yeah, I've been claiming that people are other people. This is why I don't like say who I think it is. Actually, I usually do, but you know, more than half the time I'm right. And Simon's out here going, "You were wrong twice today." Lizard people. I don't need to know what people look like. How would I know? Like they're on the radio. It's songs. It's music. It's not. They don't got like video accompaniments. Well, I guess you know they have music videos sometimes, but like you know, it's not. It's not the same medium. Yeah, I was wrong literally one time, and then Simon's like, "I can't believe you didn't know this." No, Simon wasn't being like that. Simon was just letting me know who was who, very kindly in all caps. Where was Passenger Born? God. You could convince me of this. You could convince me of this. You could convince me of this. At least I got Bruno Mars. That was him! Okay, I'm glad, because I was so worried that I got Bruno Mars wrong, and I'm like, Bruno Mars is the only guy who looks like Bruno Mars, as far as I know, as far as I see him, I don't know. I'm glad that I was like, Bruno Mars, I know it's not Bruno Mars, because Bruno Mars is not Passenger. Okay, like, I gotta be honest. Pick a better name next time. In your next go around, your next life. Don't pick the name Passenger. I'm sorry. It sounds like the name of a band. You're a single one guy. You need it like unless you're trying to do the whole like trying to convince people you're something that you're not thing. Like when women write books and then only use their initials so that people still read their books because people don't think women can write. So you gotta convince people to read your book by not looking like you have a woman's name. He looked so much like Bruno Mars that he would sometimes use photos of Bruno Mars as a profile photo and no one could ever tell. Well, you're telling me this could have been that guy and not Bruno Mars? It'd be so funny to like, I mean, I don't look like Bruno Mars, but like if I did, I'd be uploading photos of myself to the Wikipedia constantly and being like, "This is Bruno Mars," and just seeing how long it takes for it to get taken down. So like that'd be my life. I gotta say. That I saw this guy for a couple months in 2010, and he still pops up in your DM sometimes. Oof. Couple months, and then 15 years later. Yeah. Yeah, I've had people like that. Not, I'd say not 15 years, but like it's getting to 15 years. So yeah, maybe I have had some people like that. And I had some people like that who had only known me as a child. And before we go into crazy talk about that, they were a child too. But there's someone that I I've already talked about. I'm going in the middle as we're doing a story. I already talked about this on stream once, but I was talking about how crazy it was how I ghosted this one guy in high school because it turns out he liked me. I couldn't tell for the past 6 years until other people were like, "It's obvious that he has a thing for you." I'm like, "What do you mean? Why would he have a thing for me?" And then, like, it kind of all clicked when I realized, oh, right, he's an asshole to everyone except for me. And I've noticed that, but I haven't put two and two together because he's a narcissist. And, like, he's only okay with me. Anytime I've done anything wrong, it's been like, oh, he doesn't need to bring anything up. But anyone makes the slightest mistake, and he's like, oh my God, why is everyone so stupid but me? Anyway, so that was how I learned about that. So because I thought that was weird, I just stopped talking to him, and I didn't want like. And then I realized like he was always trying to be around me, and that was why he was always trying to be around me. I'm like, no, I just don't want that. And then one of the teachers was like, why don't you talk to this kid anymore? And I'm like, because they have a thing for me, and I don't like that, and I don't want to talk to them. And then they were like, oh, you're just being a terrible person then. And I'm like, because like they didn't mention it to me or anything. They were just like behind the scenes being all creepy about it. And then I was like, no, I'm being the bigger person because I'm just leaving it alone. That happened to you too? Uh yeah. I was into you when you were in middle school, but I am homosexual, sweetheart. Yeah, it's kind of like that, except I'm bi, pan, whatever you want to call it. I don't care what's going on uh down there. I don't care what's going on up here, to be honest. I just like if we connect, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna invite you back to my room, I guess. I don't know. That's what matters to me. But yeah, this individual was not taking that hint, I guess. And then in final year of high school, I just didn't talk to them. And then I moved on. And then at one point during a Switch Sports stream, I was playing like the soccer game, and I was talking about it because I'm like, it's funny, and I'm like, every now and then I'm like, wow, I really just didn't talk to that kid ever again. I ruined his life. I really did ruin his life, and he must have never gotten over me, which was just a joke because I'm like, that was they had a high school crush on me. They've clearly gotten over me. Cut to 2 weeks later, where they messaged me for the first time in years, many years, out of nowhere, saying, "Oh, I always hated the way that things ended between us, and like I always felt so close to you, and like I really missed the days where we were close, and there's not a day that goes by where I don't think about you." And I was like, "Oh my God." This guy has not let it go for like 6 years already, and I'm like, and like it was the 6 years of high school, and then 6 years after high school, and they messaged me with that, and I'm like, ooh, that's bad, because I just made a joke about how I clearly ruined your life because you haven't gotten over me, and then I said it in a way that was like, clearly I'm joking, like it was like I was preparing this as almost like a stand-up bit. And then like 2 weeks after after I do the bit, he messaged me like, I miss you. And it's like I I just let them on red. I didn't respond. I'm like, there's no chance you're ever gonna get over me if I like try to reconcile this now. You don't need closure. What you need is to know that I was gone already. So I just didn't respond. And maybe some people might think I did the wrong thing by not responding, but like we hadn't talked for years. We hadn't talked for like half a decade. Longer actually, because I didn't talk to them in the final year of school. So I was just like, look, you need to get over me. I can't. Because like I was over this kid. It's weird that I say kid, but they're older than me. By a little bit. Uh, but I just my image of this person is like when they were like 17. Like I still remember them as like a 17-year-old. Uh, so like my brain is like, oh, this kid still not over me. Your ex called you earlier this year, Rock. Oof, you assumed it was a butt dial or mistake. I hope so. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to talk. I don't know. If they didn't say anything, then I'd assume it's a butt dial. They need to getting over it with Bennett Foddy, yeah. Teachers would be like, you have to give this boy who likes you attention. No, you don't owe them that. What a mess. Yeah, you said, hello. Yeah, that sounds like it was a butt dial. And then when they heard your voice, they realized what happened and just like freaked out and was like, oh, I gotta like just end the call. So yeah, no, I wouldn't think about it too hard, I guess. I mean, I try not to think about these things too hard until like they're at a point where there's nothing left to do but think about it clearly, because I let this kid have this crush on me for way too long and I just had no idea. I hope he's doing well. I don't actually really care, but like it sucks being the guy that goes, oh, I really hope that I'm not ruining this kid's life for real now. They're not a kid. They're not a child anymore. They've not been a child for a very long time. But like all I think is like, oh, this kid, he's a teacher now. I'm pretty sure all he wanted to be was a teacher. He was like the teacher's pet. He got like the best scores. I don't know what you call it, like best grades in all the classes. The only person that would like sometimes beat him out was me. And he was just like an academic who also liked theater. And like I would win all of the music stuff because like I like to think I'm good at music. I like performing. So the only person that ever rivaled him was me. And I guess like enemies to lovers, but like one-sided. I didn't really expect that to be the case, but here we are. I didn't know that like you really saw me as anything but like his enemy at that point, because I'm like, I'm always standing in his way. Like anytime he's not the top of the class, I'm the top of the class. And anytime he does something he's passionate about, and he doesn't like win, I'm the one who wins like the talent show or the music competition or whatever. This is a grown-ass adult, yeah. Hi, Snudgely. I was talking about. I think you heard about this one. I was talking about the guy that from high school who had a crush on me, and then like years later, messaged me saying like, "Hey, I never felt really good about how we ended things. I miss you. I think about you every day." The guy, yeah, the guy. I may have mentioned him to some people here and there. Yeah. People who become teachers because they peaked in high school. Well, look, you can become teachers for other reasons. Like I was actually thinking about a teacher we had in school the other day. Actually, just this morning when I came out of the shower, because I was thinking about how old I am, and I'm like, damn, I'm older than that one teacher. That they were like they were in placement at some point because they were like at college for being a teacher. Like they were getting their teaching degree, and like they had placement at my school. So you kind of just like go there for like a certain amount of months or maybe a year or two. I think they had multiple placements, but they did every placement at that school because they went to that school and like the people just like liked them. So nepo baby, I guess, not really, but like so they just got their opportunity there. Yeah, like an internship. Yeah. So She did really well. She got along with all the students. She did a really good. Yeah, weird that you only get placements at one school. Yeah, it is weird, but like it worked out because she just did them all there. She just kept coming back in every now and then. And like by the end of it, she was just like basically doing the whole class herself. And then like the next year, and she's like, well, before she left, she was like, I gotta go. I'm not gonna be back because I don't have any more. Like, I'm not gonna. I've finished my degree essentially, so I'm gonna be going on to teaching. Next year, show up to school. They hired her. She went to that school in high school, and she'll die at that school. I guess I don't know. Which is like, I mean, if it works, it works. I don't think she was a bad teacher. She did a great job. Uh, I have fond memories of her teaching my class, so it was all right. Like she did a good job, and she's older than me still because that's how time works. But like I was thinking about how like damn, I'm older than when she was doing her placements, obviously, and I'm older than when she was like teaching me when she like had the full time position there, and I'm like, wow, I'm old now. Replacements in 5 schools? Okay. Other reasons to become a teacher? Yeah, yeah. We had, like, a gym teacher, and his excuse for, being a gym teacher apparently I was notified recently. It actually wasn't that recent. It might have been a long time ago, and I only saw it. It only came through my way later, that he's retiring, but, he went to school and then basically became a gym teacher because, like, all he knew was school, and, like, he'd show up, like, in his work attire would be just, like, I don't know if I think it might actually be normal for the gym teachers to show up in, like, the gym clothes, like, the gym uniform because, like, he wasn't the only one who did it, but, like, it also makes sense if that's, like, good for doing physical activity, then an easy thing for the teachers to do is like this fits me. I'll do my classes in that as well. Uh, anyway, so like he was doing it because like that's all he knows. He knows school and he just stuck to school forever, and that's fine. That worked for him, and he's still going strong. He's being retired now. Like he's being retired. Like he's off being retired. No one's making him retire. um, he's he's you know he was just like always like why would I do anything else? Like everyone else is they gotta learn like math so they can teach math whatever. I just teach people how to throw a ball. He's that meme of a gym, like he was a good gym teacher, but like he's like that meme of a gym teacher that's like who's the smartest person here, and like who's the smartest teacher at the school, and it's like it's me because unlike all of those teachers that you said are so smart, I get paid the same amount of them and I just throw a ball all day. Anyway. Okay. Supposed to teach at your high school for a scholarship you got in high school, but you broke the contract because oh yeah, no, yeah. That does suck. So maybe that's why she went to the same school for that. I don't know. It worked out for her. It doesn't work for everyone, I guess. I mean, it's cool, I guess, when you have like you do your time getting your teaching um license, teaching degree, and then the place that you've been interning at is like we got an opening. We'll hire you. So it's nice to just you never have to worry about getting a job in your life once that's done, I guess, pretty much. You just like hold that job forever. Like I don't see a lot of reason why teachers would change what school they teach at unless like I guess maybe problems with students, even if like the teacher's not the problem. I feel like it's an easy job to just like stay in that one position forever, but I guess, if you move other life events, like the same with like any other job, I guess, but I think it's one of those ones where you're less likely to be fired for like, I don't know, downsizing. But I don't know, maybe schools work differently these days. We're like, I hear we're closing them. Not true. Okay. It's really hard to to keep a job at the same place. Lost 10% of staff this year. Crazy. It just means that you were overstaffed. I'm thinking that I'm probably thinking that because I went to school, you know, a decade ago. So I'm not the type of person that knows this stuff. Cause like it seemed like that we didn't like have a lot of teachers in and out. We had like a couple maybe of my entire run there, but I'm sure like these days it's like more expensive to keep teachers on because you have to pay them a livable wage. I mean, of course you don't know. Because just everywhere's got less funding these days, and everything costs more. So it's just it kind of makes sense that I guess maybe it's changing now. But like I went to high school at the peak of being a teacher. I guess they got so many special ed staff that they can't meet the legally mandated support for disabled students at the school anymore. But like they don't suffer any consequences because no one actually cares about the disabled students. Like I'm not trying to say that that's a good thing, but like let's be honest, the state's not going to care actually. I had to keep the admins who make six figures if you have too many teachers. Yeah. Yeah. School has 9 VPs. That's not okay. Look, here's the thing. You can have one. Keep one of the VPs. That's I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. I could see maybe a reason to have two if the school is literally so big that it's like you know, uh first grade through to 12 or something maybe, kind of split their responsibilities in half. But no. High school where you live has way more admins than teachers. Yeah. Classes like English are just online teacherless modules because they have no teachers. Yeah. Then you hire new admins every single year. And obviously they get paid more than teachers because being admin is like so much more work and so much more needed for school, obviously. I don't know. We've gone insane. The world's gone insane. It's like, the one thing that we can cut from schools? Teachers. They're the one thing that's completely useless for teaching students. Uh, we have a 1 to 35 teacher to student ratio and a 1 to 7 admin to teacher ratio. Okay. That's way too much. The teacher to student ratio is good. Usually, I think you'd find they want to be at like 30 or slightly below, like 30 students to a teacher. But I think 35 might still be legal. I guess it depends on where you are and all that. I actually think that school admin jobs are a corrupt way that government money is funneled to people's buddies. I mean, you're not wrong, but how do we change it other than like killing everyone in admin? Sorry, I mean in Among Us, they killed an admin. Then they vented. They're sus. They're sus. They're sus. Uh, Maybe legal, but by no means good. Yeah, like the ideal student ratio is like 20. Okay, that's fair. I do hear that sometimes, but I just in high school we never really had that. We had like anywhere from 26 to like 29 usually, uh, per class, which is not the same thing as being student to teacher ratio, obviously. Because you have some people who have like a free period, I guess, as well, and they're in the library. But then a library teacher is, one of the either way, maybe 25 to 29 as well. We haven't taught a class smaller than 32 yet. Yeah, it looks like yeah, we are definitely cutting corners by getting rid of teachers, which is crazy because the teachers are like the cheapest part of like running a school at this point. It's like everyone else has got like raises to rival like working in government, and then the teachers are like, okay, at some point we're going to like be paid above the minimum wage, right? And then everyone's like, no, no, what do you mean? Yeah, no, we had a problem like that over here as well. And then we just had the teachers all like go on strike, but there was like it was one of those union mandated strikes where all the teachers had to leave in like the state or something, and they just like walked out for a day or two. You wish you could strike. uh Basically what they managed to accomplish with that strike was that everyone could ask for more money, but, like, it wasn't in a way that was effective for everyone. It was like you essentially start working not at your highest rate, but, retroactively, it meant that everyone was essentially working who was already in the job was working at their highest rate that they could be raised to. So all the teachers that had gotten all of their raises over the years, who were, like, in their 50s or 60s, didn't gain any more pay out of it because they were already at the top of their possible, like, payment, uh their raises, which is like it's good that they were there, but like I think we can all agree that they probably deserve to go a little higher than what their maximum was as well. Like the maximum should have been raised as well, but some people were, I guess, striking just so that the rest of the teachers got a little bit more pay, which is like, because like I was talking to one of the English teachers about it, who was like, "I'm glad that it happened, but like I didn't get anything personally out of it, and I would have liked to have gotten something personally out of it as well, but uh, maybe it'll just take a few more years for the maximum pay for teachers in the state. It's not really there's not like a hard maximum, obviously, but like there's like there's an expected amount that you raise to. They just kind of basically raise the floor a little bit, basically. So that's cool. No strike policy in union contract. I mean, look, I guess striking is good for the people that it benefits, but like for the students that don't have a teacher when that strike's going on, it's not a great time. But like you put up with it because you don't want to tell the teachers, "Wow, I can't believe you just left me here without a teacher." You know, it's a bit rude to say that, but they'll be fine. Yeah, I'm just here trying to like make sure I'm sitting directly in the middle of the fence. I guess I don't know. They skip class anyway. Yeah, look, I didn't skip class. Me being like, "Oh, I was the ideal student." So, like, that's why, you should consider me as every student. Like, I'm the ideal case. I'm not exactly the ideal case. There was a few times where I was a bit of, like, a guy, but, I remember a time in my, technical drawing class, I had a really good relationship, um let's try to reword that because I was a child, but, like, I had a good, like, friendship with the teacher. She was cool, she was alright. I never it's because I would do my work. I liked the technical drawing because like I like drawing shapes. I guess I don't know. I liked drawing like buildings and architecture. That was my thing. But I never wanted to really become an architect. So we're in class, and then she was like really mad at this one disruptive child, and did get an email from one of your art teachers in high school last week about doing art swaps or something. Okay. For like, is this because they're spread so thin, or is this like a good thing? Because I can't tell from that. I'll keep going with my story as I wait. But yeah, so she was calling out this child and then she was screaming because like eventually she just screams. And that's fine. It's like, oh, it's like a personal thing. Okay. She doesn't teach anymore. Good point. That'll do it. Anyway, so yeah, this is the teacher that like once you actually like hit the point of no return, it's all right, it's over. She's gonna start screaming, and like you probably shouldn't scream at the kids, but like when you see what some of the children do, you can understand that like they shouldn't have screamed, but there was no way that we have to expect a person to hold themselves back with that kind of treatment. Like we're lucky all that she does is scream at that point. Anyway. Because, like, teachers are people too. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this. Um, but yeah, I so she was just screaming. She goes, "If you don't shut up, you're going to be spending lunch with me." And then I, deciding this is the perfect opportunity, nothing could go wrong. I decide to say out of nowhere, "I don't think you're his type, miss." You're gonna spend lunch with me, and I don't know. I just said that. She was not appreciative of it. Yep. Which I don't know. It wasn't meant to be an insult. It was. It was a little bit like I'm a little guy. I'll say things, even though that like I probably shouldn't anyway. Uh, like, it's not like she looked bad or nothing. It's just like, I guess to me, it's like his type is people who are around his age. So like that's like I feel like that's not bad to say, but like it is. I mean, it's bad to say in the situation I said it clearly. It was funny. Everyone thought it was funny, except for the teacher, obviously, because the teacher was the butt of the joke. But I think the teacher kind of like got over it by the end of the lesson. They were like, "Look, I understand how quick you said that, and like I understand the situation, but like you just can't be doing that in class." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right," but it was the perfect opportunity, so I went for it. No way would never thought the teachers are people crazy. Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's my entire high school experience. It's not really my entire high school experience, but it's most of it. It's some highlights. I had that same teacher at one point in the seventh grade, and I was talking to a student who, like, we just kept getting along well, and she and I were just like talking about video games and stuff at the back of the room in the class, and she just kept telling us to be quiet. We would not stop talking. And then eventually she threw the chalk right between us while we were talking, and then just so like maybe she had some anger issues, but like she was like warranted because like we were like assholes. We were definitely terrible. It's not like it's one of those like you as a child you can go like yeah you should never hit a child. We never should have been hit. Like they didn't hit us. Like they just threw it right between us. It was like great control because like you could have hit either one pretty easily and it would have been like the end of your entire career. But she threw it right between us. It hit the wall. The chalks like snapped. It didn't snap in half. It just like dust in pieces. Anyway, so yeah, like I can look back as an adult and go, yeah, we absolutely deserved that. And as a kid, I think I was still like, yeah, we did deserve that. But also, like, that shouldn't happen to a child. I'm okay with it happening to me because it's funny that happened now. But like, I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to do that to a child myself. But like, sometimes we kind of deserved it. Anyway, where was Passenger born? What do you do? He's gotta be English. Yeah. Sorry. After all that, it's just like, yeah, he's actually kind of sings with a bit of a British accent, so gotta be England. We're an hour into stream, and I just like did the Bandle and started telling stories. This all started because of Passenger. It did. It doesn't mean it has to stop either. We're still on the train. We got it's not our stop yet. We're still passengers. What unique action by a Dutch fan significantly boosted the success of Passenger's Let Her Go? Dutch fan emailed Passenger to promote the song to Dutch radio stations, leading to its success. I have no idea. The song was featured in a popular movie, leading to its global success. Maybe. A Dutch TV show used Let Her Go as its theme, enhancing its recognition. That might be it. Passenger performed Let Her Go at a major Dutch music festival, sparking its popularity. That's probably the one. That would be the one, if anything. I'm doing it. It's not. It's a Dutch fan radio stations. Okay. Like, I gotta be honest. I don't want to say that, like, that didn't help, because, like, it did. It clearly helped. But, like, that is not, like, a story that is interesting. Like, when that, like, when fans like a song so much that they tell the local radio station to play it, that's kind of like the very baseline for how a song gets famous when the person's not already there. Let Her Go did show up during karaoke trivia. So you know all this probably. Yeah, this was the song the whole time. Certified Yapper right here. Exactly, Snudgely. You're so right. That's how exactly. It's like this is how radio works. Like this is just like this is a nothing question. I'm gonna be honest. I know that like it just because it's a boring answer compared to the rest doesn't mean like it's bad. It's just like I'd ask a different question because I would have been like, "Wow, really?" Because like this is the time you get to really shine a spotlight on like the song on the creator. Just pick the name. Let her go. Let it go. Don't let her go. Don't let it go. Was it the name of this song, or like did they play the song and then they're like, What's the name of the song? Because if so, I'm sorry, I don't think that was a great question either. Released in 2012. It's definitely not Will Smith. Men in Black. Will Smith is following me. Not, not like that. Will Smith just followed. Thank you for the follow, Will Smith. Thank you for the follow. Play the song in the background while the answers are on board. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, I guess. Is it like who does it first, or because I feel like I wouldn't I wouldn't get it wrong if that's the case, like ever, pretty much. Then I played Viva La Vida and said name the song, and one of the options was Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, that would kill me on the inside. I'd be dead. I don't know. There's a point where YouTube Music, pay $30 for 3 months. Sponsored, not sponsored. Anyway, YouTube Music, like just a Minecraft parody. It's like it's made it too far into like pop culture for me to feel comfortable right now. Faster answers, more points. Okay, that kind of makes sense then. It's gotta be Radioactive. Radioactive was 2011, 2012. I remember because Radioactive was like the song that was playing in all of the Assassin's Creed 3 ads, so it has to be Radioactive. Okay, there we go. Because they'd just be like, Radioactive, and then like Connor would like throw a tomahawk at like a guy from across the map, and like he would see like his head fall off or something. Anyway. And which album was the song released for the first time? Anyway, I've got no idea. Passenger? It's probably Passenger. All the little lights kind of make sense to me. I think it has to be All the Little Lights. It's like the only name that's like, it's not like the others. One of these things is not like the others. This is like self-titled makes sense. This kind of makes sense. This kind of makes sense. This is way too specific to not be it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Look, when you have the album so specifically that, you need to come up with better like diversions here. You can't just be like, oh, holes, whispers. I don't like why. Why is it holes and whispers? Passenger's the only one that's like maybe, but like I don't see a self-titled album beating out All the Little Lights. You know? This song has a perceived BPM of 75. Which song has a similar tempo? Okay. I don't know. Summertime Sadness. I don't know if I know Stolen Dance, unless I just don't know it by the name. Look, see, here's the thing. Y'all need to play these songs, and then I need to guess what the names are. And the faster I do it, the more points I get. I know Human. Human's like the only one I know. Oh my god, that's actually the same BPM though. That's the only one I need to know. Sorry, I just started tapping and immediately it's like, oh my god, that's the same tempo. You think Stolen Dance is a little too fast? I would have tried harder to try and work out what these songs would be. I guess Lana Del Rey I would expect it to be faster. But I'm not a big Lana Del Rey head, to be fair. But no, as soon as like I started trying for the one that I knew, and like started tapping, and like my first 3 taps were like, that's 75 BPM. That's it. Like you can't hide it from me. You can't make me get a BPM question wrong. Identify another song that uses only these instruments in its chorus: drums, bass, piano, and strings. Okay. That's got a brass section, so we're ruling that one out. And that's still and in the chorus as well. I think it might be 21 Pilots, just because it's 21 Pilots. I'm not well versed in 21 Pilots. I'm not like I'm not your average white guy who gets goes insane for 21 Pilots. I don't know. It's just one of those bands. You know, bands with like a number in them, white people love them so much. Like 21 Pilots, Blink 182, Matchbox 20. God, that's all off the top of the dome. All I got right there. So we're just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna go with Stressed Out. Yeah, that sounded like it was right. All right, let's hear once again. They didn't put KK Slider in there. They killed my boy. Look at how they massacred my boy. Exactly an hour into the stream, and then we were gonna get to the game. You've been high when you're feeling low. Only miss the road when you're in home. I don't know. Only hate the road, that's it. You only know you love her when you let her go. You let her go. Something like that. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of this song. You think it's funny I did Demon Bluff again on your other Clock Tower night. Soon you're gonna say that like every day of the week when I play this game. I really managed to drag out Bandle. It wasn't just Bandle. We were telling stories. It was just chatting, kinda. I probably should have switched over to just chatting at some point. People were in here going, why are they on Demon Bluff? They're on the Bandle screen and not even playing Bandle. I might do Clock Tower Thursdays to keep it planned. I believe that one day, every day, you will be playing Clock Tower. Blood on the Clock Tower every night. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna get an ad before things start up, but that's fine. I'm not gonna snooze it or nothing. Like, if I snooze it, I get 5 minutes without it. But let's just play. Let's see what happens. I wish. Look, I was about to say Steam. Twitch, please. I will pay you. Name a price. For my stream about how much money you get from the ads, and I will double it and give it to the next guy. I will pay you double the amount that you get on ads on my stream specifically. You probably make less than $5. So then, if that's the case, I'll pay you $15. I'll pay you $15, and then we'll just like not do ads for like a month. That's my bargain. Like that's the deal that I'm trying to strike with you. Take it or leave it. All right, let's play the demo. I think there was an update for this game, and I think they fixed the music being too loud, because like coming back to it after like, because there was an update, the music now sounds like the same level as it was from after I turned it down last time. Keep seeing updates, but they never release patch notes. It'd be nice if they did, though, huh? So I touched a little bit of Endless. I actually I played 15 minutes of Endless. Not all up, but 15 minutes on Saturday and 15 on Sunday. I was actually just going to open it to see if I'd unlocked it, because, Simon, I remember you mentioning that I unlock Endless at Ascension 4, and I wasn't sure if you meant when I unlock Ascension 4, when I get to Ascension 4, or if once I complete it. So I just wanted to check if I had it, and then like the game kind of sucked me in to play it a little bit. So I played like 30 minutes, and I've saved 16 villages. I don't really know how I would. How can I reset an Endless? Do I just like have to lose an Endless? Because I didn't actually lose a single one off a stream, but like that's just me. I think they were easier. I think the Endless mode is easier. Let's just go in there. Y'all don't need to see it from the start or nothing, I don't know. Okay, so Puppeteer, so we should have 3. Hookah, the bane of my existence, to be perfectly honest, but like, we'll make it work. Alright, so there's no one, wait, double check. There should be, you should be the only way that people get, corrupted. And you should also just let me win, because it'd be really nice. And there's no reason why I need to worry about which order I open these guys up. He's not even a baker. Left side is more evil. So true. Me when I'm at the family gathering and they're all voting for I want to say Hillary, but that wasn't her name. Kamala in 2024, and I'm like, left side's more evil, actually. Me try to remember a woman's name challenge impossible. Her name's Hillary, right? No, it's not. All right, yeah, we done that for $1. I just see for $1, comma. I'm confused about like where we're going. Snap. Your 2 corruptions. It's not possible. It's actually not possible. I was gonna say this could happen, but the only way that would happen is if you cured your own corruption and like one of these is Puka, and then that's not possible, so it's not true. You're telling me a lie. There's no way you can cure 2 corruptions in this scenario. For $1, name a woman. Obama's wife. You know? That's her. That's her. That's one of them. That's not her name. Yeah. That's so true, actually. I said off Barack. Obama's wife. Where are we going? I don't know these things. It's okay. I don't get these things. I need to like consume media. Clearly, okay. Between 4, 7, and 3, there is outcast, minion, and villager. What does this mean for us? Yeah, you're an outcast, so that's a good start. And yourself. Okay, so you kind of like done a weird kind of situation here for you now. Handmaid's Tale. Okay, I've been seeing stuff about that. People talking about that recently, and I haven't seen it. Maids are named after the man who owns them, so the main lady is Offred. Okay. Chosuck, don't bother. Okay. Yeah, I've just been seeing people on Twitter or wherever say, we're in Handmaid's Tale now or whatever. And, alright, controversy time. Because people keep going insane over, like, the American Eagle, like, what's her name? Sydney Sweeney ad? Sydney Sweeney Todd? Sydney Sweeney ad? And I'm just like, I don't know. It sure sucks that, like, we finally got a white person doing these, like, a conventionally attractive person doing these things, because, like, you know, we love the body positivity, but, like, also it's just fine. This is the one where she said she has great genes. It's a joke. It's like it's that they have great genes because they have great, like, yeah, sure, it sucks that she has blue eyes, I guess. You know, in some way, like, but like, just because she can't say that she has great genes is a joke for the jeans that she's wearing. I don't know. I just feel like it's a bit too. I feel like, not to defend Nazi propaganda, but like, claiming that is Nazi, like, I feel like we gotta find like an actual what is Nazi propaganda, and if we start spreading the definition too thin onto things that aren't, then it's gonna stop having like any meaning at all. And that's what really, that's the real worrying thing to me, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think it's a problem. Almost word for word a redo of an old jeans ad that has the same. Yeah, so it's so straight down the middle that I would believe it either way, but I don't think it's obviously either one. You know, if it's their way of getting some like Nazi out of their system in a which I don't think that's a good thing, but like it's just so impossible to specifically say that that's like propaganda that I'm just like let them have a pun based on genes. It's fine. And Sydney Sweeney is objectively like conventionally attractive. She's not my type. But you know, it doesn't affect me. I don't know if it's like there's so much controversy as much as there's a lot of right-wing people like talking about how insane the left people are going, oh my god, they hate this ad. So it might just be like the propaganda might just be the right wing going, "Oh, the left wing is so stupid. They think this is Nazi propaganda." So the propaganda might just be like the counter to it, I guess. I don't know. And Steak and Shake redid their logo to look like the SS. I don't think they need to be as subtle as Great Genes. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that they need to like they wouldn't be subtle. You're right. Steak and Shake for this one, and the first result was about free Labubu for going to Steak and Shake. Okay, they got me. I need a Labubu. I love those little guys. Hmm? They look kind of like that, you know? Sorry, just like closing my mouth and showing my teeth. I don't know. They're really not my thing. To be fair, Labubus are like I would never buy one. I love the idea that they exist because you hate their stupid little faces so much. That's fine. I just think like I'm of the opinion of let people enjoy things because like what's the harm in letting someone enjoy a Labubu? Sure, it's like capitalism, and people like hate that, but like it's no more capitalism than the crazy stupid stuff we decided to spend our money on when we were like fresh out of high school or in high school. Like it's like bag charms and all that. Let people enjoy it. It's not our place to police whether this is a good capitalism or a bad capitalism. Would you would I go to Shitstone restaurant for a Labubu? No, I wouldn't. You're right. That's a good point. Good point, Bryn. I wouldn't actually go there for the Labubu. It was for the bit though. It was like, yeah, I would go to. Imagine, no, I wouldn't go there for being canceled. Being canceled for the bit. No, I don't want to go there. But I just wanted to bring up the like I wanted to bring up the defense of the Labubu. Like in defense of Labubu, they're just a little guy. Like what are we gonna do? Like burn every Labubu because we hate Labubus and what they represent? What do they represent? They're just little guys. People like the Labubu. In defense of Labubu, exactly. I just like saying in defense of Labubu now. It's just it rolls off the tongue. It's great. Yeah, no, yeah, that's cool because they're like there's different rarities. It's like getting like a trading card game almost as well. And the little blind box toys, they got we don't do them as much in the West here, but like in Japan, they go off. Like there's this like they got some crazy ones. They got so many. It's got like a chokehold on like the people there. And then there's like, the people in the West here that are complete weebs that like basically just go to Japan to like get them. Gotcha, but it's a culture. I don't know. I think maybe the West is the problem. Sorry. Maybe we just hang on to these things that the East does, and then we make it much more a problem. Yeah, that's where gotcha comes from. Yeah, I mean it is gotcha. I've never really been interested in a gotcha game. The closest thing I've ever played is like I've been in the call like watching other people play Danganronpa before, and like the only gotcha elements to that is that you get to like play the gotcha machine to like get little items to gift to all the characters. Like I know that exists. That's like the closest that I've really come to a gotcha, but like there's no real money involved in that, and like it's kind of like completely harmless, I think. Love ruining other cultures. I love exploiting cultural practices for capital gains. Yes, I love buying the rights to the song "The Lion Sleeps Tonight" for $1. Yes. One gotcha game in college and did not feel much for it. Look, I might jump on the Uma Musume bandwagon. I don't know. I know it's already sailed. Like the ship has already sailed. The bandwagon is drowning in the lake. But I think, I saw Vivian play it the other day, and I was like, maybe the next day I should just play that. And I'm like, no, I'm kind of like on a roguelike kick. And then I looked at it, and like one of the tags it has is roguelike. So you might see me play it. Who knows? I'll try it maybe. I think it's one of those games where I would try it, and like it wouldn't actually hook me. It wouldn't like I'm simply stronger. Come back to my Reddit post in like 2 years, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm the guy who thought I could play one game of Uma Musume Horse Girl Gotcha game, and then got addicted for 2 years. AMA." Does anyone seen that? The one guy that's like on the heroin subreddit who's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm stronger than the most addictive substance on earth. I'm gonna try it once and prove how easy it is not to get addicted." 2 years later, hey, I'm the guy who said that I couldn't get addicted to heroin. Was it a heroin sub? I don't know. Anyway, he's like, I'm the guy who said that I couldn't get addicted to heroin, and then spent the last 2 years addicted to heroin, and my life is ruined. AMA. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. Like when it's a guy going, "Oh, I'm just stronger than the most addictive substance on earth," you gotta like laugh for a second, you know? Anyway. I don't know why the music stopped playing. Here we are. Look, I don't know if it's heroin or like something. There's also like maybe the addiction subreddit, I guess, which would be like a worse place to do it. Maybe it was there. It was you know, you just look it up, you'll find it. It's real. It's a real thing that happened. I don't know. Reddit's a funny place because like you go to like a place where it's like Reddit questions, what's the most addictive substance on earth, and then you'll have like the top answer, and it's like heroin. It's obviously heroin. Heroin's like the most addictive substance known to man. And then like you'll have the next person that has like somehow almost the same amount of votes going sugar. Sugar is the hardest addiction to kick known to man because like everything has sugar in it to some extent. So if you're trying to quit heroin, you just have to not have any heroin. But every time you quit sugar, you have to like have a little bit of sugar, and you're like, there's the temptation to have more. And it's like, what do you mean? In some ways, I guess like you're just trying to like mega like giga brain this, like galaxy brain, like what could possibly be a way to say that something is worse. Like you're farming for karma. Yeah, sugar is addictive, but like we literally have heroin. Just put the heroin in the bag. Like, that's it. Like, everyone was supposed to say heroin. Like, and we were just, like, meant to agree that that's the case. That's, like, literally the truth. We don't have to try and be like, oh, you know what the hardest addiction to kick is? Food. Like, overeating. Because, like, you'll never be able to just stop eating, so you'll always want to eat more when you're reminded of food. Like, what do you mean, huh? Heroin! It's right there. It's ruined so many people's lives. Sugar's good, but have you tried heroin? Exactly! Alright, so 5 or 7 is Puppeteer, which, like, already makes me believe that could be you, but many of you gotta be lying. If the left side's more evil, I'm actually starting to think, because, like, this guy is lying, which would make it really easy for this guy to be Puka, and then that's not true. And then left side is not more evil because then what you're saying could all be true. And then you're just like a regular guy. They're evil and then you're the puppet, but then you could be the no, wait. Then you'd have to be the puppet and then there's not more evil. Okay. But then, so then you would have to be the puppeteer in this situation. And is so the minion, so a puppeteer is a minion. Okay, no, like the puppet is a minion, sorry. So then you would be the puppet. So you would be able to do things. So we could get the puppet to kill the puppeteer unless if evil picked, execute it. I cannot kill my target if you lie, but that's only if you lie, not if you're evil. So we could test this by trying to get the puppet to kill the puppet master in this situation. Couldn't kill. Okay, that's a good start. Any heroin users? Yeah, H in chat if you're a heroin user. No idea what I'm doing here. So, like, you're obviously lying. Which makes me... Okay, so... Someone's gotta be telling the truth. This is a hard one. You couldn't kill 8. they could be the puppet. How could they be the puppet? Then you'd have to be right. Then it wouldn't be the case. So... I just don't see how this works. This resolves... Can the puppet not kill the puppet master at all anyway? Like, can the puppet not... If you're a bad guy... Because this is if lies, then you don't kill your target at all. You could be corrupted. Why would you be corrupted? I guess you could be Puka. No, you can't be Puka because you're obviously corrupted. You can't cure 2 corruptions. Yeah, okay. So, if you were the puppet, and you were the puppet master, and that's how this would work. I guess there's a chance that you're lying, you're telling the truth. This is... You could be Puka. You could be Puka, you could be puppet, you could be puppet master, or something along those lines. Wait, we need to see if outcast. We can only have one outcast, right? Because we only have... No, we have doppelganger. Oh, that sucks. 4 can't be lying. Because 3-7... Okay, yeah. 3... Yeah, so you can't be Puka because then you would be lying. So, yeah, because 4, 7, and 3, and then we already know one of them is an outcast, and then they would all be good. Yeah. Doppelganger, but no double claims. Good point. So there's no doppelganger in here. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, it just does say current deck is 1 minion, 1 demon, 1 outcast, and then because there's 1 minion, you get another minion. So there's 4 villagers, but so we should have 1 outcast. Okay, so this is actually true. That's information that I should have known. I should have been able to work out based on that, I guess. No double claims. So I could ask you if there's an outcast among anyone other than the outcast. Yeah, I gotta do this. There are no outcasts. You are literally clear. You're telling me the truth. And therefore, you can't be Puka, and you can't be Puka. Which, you know, there's things to be said. 4, 7, and 3. So, like, one of you has to be bad, because this has to be the truth. You could be the puppet master, and you could be the puppet, and you could be telling the truth, but that's not possible, because then the left side is more evil. It doesn't make sense. So it's not... That doesn't resolve, but I keep thinking it should. 5 or 7 is puppeteer. You're 5. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, but then you could be the puppet if you're the puppeteer. But then you'd be telling me the truth. So that's not possible for you to incriminate yourself. So you had to be the puppet master, unless you're... No. There's no chance you're not... Okay, you're dead. It's over for the Slayer. Okay. You told me the truth, so you could still be the puppet. So either one of you could be the puppet. And that means, no matter what, if you're the puppet, then... Oh, but then you could be Puka and lying to me. So this could happen. Oh, wait. Learn if they're lying? I got a dead guy. I gotta work out if the judge is evil. They're telling the truth? Well, in some ways, I guess they were telling the truth, but I think that just means you're evil, right? Nope, okay, they're corrupted. Well... Well, either way, if they're corrupted, you're also corrupted or Puka. But then you wouldn't be able to corrupt both. So you have to be evil. Okay, you are Puka. I don't know why. I knew that they were Puka, or, like, the fact that they said truth shouldn't have meant anything, so I shouldn't have killed them, yeah. But it's now either one of you... And Puka can't, like, you can't be corrupted. So we're just looking for a guy who's telling the truth, but is corrupted. Not corrupted, guy who's telling the truth but is evil. So you have to be, how are you possibly telling the truth? How could you possibly, like, left side is more evil? It's equal. It's equal if it's you. You're completely wrong if it's you. There's 3 evils? Yeah, but we've already got 2 of them. But if... Okay, so like, this just means if they're right, which they have to be, it's the Bombardier. But that doesn't make any sense, because the Puppeteer... Unless I've been using false information since that one thing I heard. Random adjacent villager becomes a puppet, so it has to be one of the adjacents. So they have to be adjacent to you, so it can't be you. You see how this doesn't resolve? And you've told the truth, because the Puppeteer was that, so you're cleared. And then you were right, unless you're evil as well, but that's not possible in this situation. So once again, we're at you're safe, you're safe. I'm gonna take the safe off of you, because I know that you're telling the truth, but that doesn't mean anything right now. It does resolve? I don't think it does. You have to be telling the truth. You have to be telling the truth, you have to be telling the truth, and you have to be telling the truth. And there's no way for you to be right. There's no way for you to be right. Unless, actually, no, it resolves if you're not evil. No, it doesn't, because then this is... okay, no, you're left. No, it works, because, like, you're... Okay, so yeah, no, if you are dead, you are left side is evil. Okay, no, you're the only guy. You're the only guy that can be. I don't know why I was like, why can't it work? I was going like, you can't be corrupted because you tell the truth, and like all the time I was just like reversing what they were saying anyway. that was like the most stupid I've ever been on stream. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about Lilith. Yeah, and then we got the witch as well. Okay, I gotta actually look at what I've done. 3 is the real lover, so let's actually look at 3. Okay. And then, that sucks. I want to see what's adjacent to you. And then we're gonna lose another. 1, 4, 2 is evil. Fortune teller, learn if any of them are evil. So if I say 1 or 4, then you'll tell me yes if it's true, and yes if it's not true, so that really means nothing. So, like, if you're good, like, there's no reason why that would change. Like, there's zero unless the only one time that would change is if you're evil, and then you say there's no evils, and then that resolves that, at least. Which doesn't really matter. I mean, let's try it. I don't know if it's good. There's no evil there? Wait a minute. If you're saying that 1 and 4 is not evil, then you would have to be evil, to which case you would... But only one... So the Empress has to be evil. Hell yeah. And yes! We've beaten Lilith! So we get to just do this. Oh no, wait, we don't get the other one anyway. Well, we know you're good. You're definitely good. That's a good start. I guess that might have been a low percentage play, but like it was the only thing that I could possibly find something that did resolve, and I really wanted to get Lilith, so I went for it. You're good. Anyone claim anything to do with 6? No evils adjacent to you. Wait a minute, that resolves, because you have already said there's no evils here, and you've already grouped this and this together as being... So yes, okay, so you are good. This means that all 3 of you were good. Obviously, because you died. It kind of makes sense that a good person would die first. As well, to Lilith, so... And then that means you're the real lover. So you're right. Those 3 are correct. And then we have... we have 3 possible... if evil picked, learn correct info. Learn 1 evil roll. Okay, so that's like... You'll tell me this is Lilith if you're good. You'll tell me that there's something else. If, right? 2 could be minion, you're literally evil. Okay. And then, what would you do? Random outcasts. So what are the outcasts we have? Plague or doppelganger? I guess I wasn't really thinking about... Well, when they tell us the absolute truth, I guess that could have been a corruption instead of a bad guy. That was a 50-50 that I just got lucky on. Fair. But also, I didn't have much other that I could do. Because, like, I can't pick you up. Learn one random outcast. If any. Well, none of you are outcasts, so I can make you lie to me. There is doppelganger. There's not two of them. Oh, I guess there could be a... Because we don't know you. Okay, so that doesn't actually change anything. If you had told me Plague Doctor, though... This is hard. I don't know how to resolve this one. I guess I should have done that, because you have to be... No, wait, you wouldn't, because, like, there's the doppelganger. No, yeah, that would have been just as good, no matter what. I don't think I can work out which one of you is evil. I think I just gotta take a stab at it. Because it all comes down to, who are you? We haven't seen a double, but that doesn't mean there can't be a double. And also, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't want to kill if I can avoid it. Once again, no evil's adjacent. 1 or 4 is not evil, and that resolved with what you said. 3 is lover, that makes sense, because that resolves with these two. The lie is here. 9 could be twin minion, you lied. 1, 2, and 3, there's doppelganger. It's entirely possible. There's no way to know. I don't think there's a possible way to know. One, 4, 2. So, like, you all have to be good. Let me see what you do. Wait, what is your... I need to know... But that means... Okay, so there's a way to say that you're good. Because of this. They can't... Can they choose... Can the person who this was initially... Was it like Empress or something? Yeah, the Empress. Can they choose a doppelganger? So, like, an outcast as being good? Because, like, they're not evil. I'm just gonna go with that's the only way anything could resolve is by going, there's doppelganger between these guys. Doppelganger is good, so no matter what, there's no way to tell that if there was anything there, it just wouldn't work. If you told me that there was nothing, I would have just believed you, and I would have known it's you. And that's not possible. Like, that's not even true. That would have just been like, I would have decided that. I don't think that there's a way I can work this one out. I'm gonna kill the guy I can't see because I feel better about it. And they would have just said, I am dizzy, and I would have known that they couldn't have been... Okay, whatever. Oh, yeah, you could... Okay. It was a 50-50, but, like, we had the... We could afford to kill an innocent. Boss, so there's 1 extra view. Okay. Wait, there was no witch, right? I'm not stupid. Okay, so we can just open everyone up. Necessary sacrifices. Look, I wanted to, like, make sure there wasn't a way that I could do that, I guess. So there's always gonna be 2 because of you. And then is there another 2? There's 2 slayers, so there's the possibility that we use the doppelganger here. We don't have a wretch, we can tell that right off the bat. It's either a drunk or a doppelganger. You are only one that's not in here, so we can check that. Knitter, alchemist, oracle, lover, architect, slayer, dreamer, oracle. There's 3, so right away, you gave us an extra 1, so that's the wretch. We have a drunk and a doppelganger. How do we have a drunk? The drunk is disguised as someone who's not here. Which one of you should not be here? Literally none of you. All of you should be here. Wait, is it just random, including what could be here? not in play. So it is specifically not in play. So, like, everyone here is in play. Oh, wait, no, it's in the deck. So that just means none of the doubles can be the drunk. Okay. I knew that there was something here for that. That means it has to be, you're either the drunk or you're either the drunk. That's unless, like, the drunk was revealed first or something? Is that how that can work? Because I don't actually know. Because I think that's how that, like, it resolves itself first and then shows me them. One outsider. I do have one outsider? Oh, yeah, one outcast. I need to read this part more often. Not both. Okay, so we definitely had the doppelganger because of how much... Well, I guess we don't have to have it either. Because we could just have the bad guys disguising as... people. We could just have everyone disguised as one that's already in play. It doesn't... But there's always two. Wait a minute. Does that mean... There are two same villager roles in current village. So there's at least one pair, but you don't say specifically that they're both good. I don't know. Their account is nice, as I keep reminding my clock tower people, but I wish it would accurately reflect things like counselor plus one outsider, a puppeteer plus one minion. Yeah, no, well, it doesn't keep track of that. But I think once you see that, and then you see what you have, you can make the changes yourself. So I actually don't mind that, because when I do use it, I do tend to, like, do the math myself afterward. Alright. Well, here's a good start. Wait a minute. There's no way anyone can be corrupted, except for the possibility that there's a drunk. So there's one possible corruption, and that's it. So that's a good start. Well, they're both telling me the same thing. Corrupt and evil could work. So, like, but there's not real... This could have resolved easier if I just had one of you lying to me, but that's fine. Right side is more evil. At least half the people could be lying. Not at least. At least 3, possibly 4, is what I'm trying to say. 7 or 1 is minion. Okay. 9 or 1 is minion. That means you're... Oh, but then they could both be lying. No evils adjacent to you. It's possible. Like, all of these... I feel like I gotta do something. If right side was more evil, and you were right, then it would mean it'd be at least 2 out of these 3. Actually, yeah, it has to be 2 out of these 3. Because we don't have 2 middle, we only have 1 middle, so... It'd have to be 2 in middle, or 2 in one of these. But there's only one pair of evil. Possibly. Which is fine, because that would resolve, because it would be you, and you, or you. But then... It could literally be both of you in this situation, and that would be true. But then we would only have one pair of... No, you would don't have to be a pair of evil. You could be you... Wait, then you would be a pair of evil. Okay, so that doesn't resolve, right? If we go... Right side is more... No, because then you'd have to be... Then that wouldn't resolve, yeah, because then they wouldn't be the same, unless it was you. So you could actually do that with this, then you're both good, you're good, and then someone over here is evil. And then you would be lying, and... No, you wouldn't, because it'd be you. So you would be lying, so that it can't be you in that situation, unless you're the drunk, so it would be you. So in this situation, it would be you... you and you. And then there's no pair of evil at all. even if, like, I take that off and turn that to you, this doesn't resolve because there's too many people lying who are good in this situation. Because that's not true, and this would be the only thing that's true. Okay, so that's not a possibility. That means right side is more evil doesn't work if you're telling the truth. Let's say that you're both lying. And that means there can be 2 or 1. Actually, let's see how many evils are adjacent to each other. Oh, okay, because then there'd be 2 pair of evils? I don't know, actually. 2 pair of evils would be the 3 people together, or 4 on 2 separate pairs. So, it's possible, that's possible. But either way, there needs to be 2 people. But then you're not always both evil because, like, one of you could be the drunk, so that could change everything. Because here, it would mean... If we assume that you were both evil and not just drunk, which changes things, then it would have to be... With 1 pair of evil, you would have to be evil. But then right side is more evil, so that's not possibly true. Wait a minute, you're saying right side is more evil, that counts as right side? What? Because it's highlighted. I thought that was just mid. Oh. Right and left both count at the top card. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So if it was left, like, so yeah, that is mid then. So it counts as right, but because of what you're saying. But essentially, no matter what, if I count you as evil, that's a point to left and right then. Okay. Left and right, yeah. Nine or 1, 7, or 1. Okay, so there's a way this resolves then. Okay. If I do this, it's 9 or 1, and that's you, then you'd have to be good. But this doesn't work because of the way this works. Because then now one of you has to be bad, and then that means you would be bad, which means what you're saying is wrong. So you're still good, but then you'd have to be good. So this doesn't resolve either. And of course you'd be lying in this situation, so you'd have to be evil. Well, not have to be evil or drunk. The drunk's really, like, putting a whole wrench in all of this. And then 9 or 1, so then you'd have to be good, and then 7 or 1, so you'd have to be bad, so... It just doesn't resolve. You'd have to be good and bad, and you'd have to be bad and good. Okay, so maybe we can start from that side of the board. If we do 7 or 1, 9 or 1. I think that kind of just means that it is you. Is that not the case? No, because you wouldn't be able to incriminate yourself. Wait, no, you're not actively incriminating yourself. You could say 9 or 1, and you'd have to be good or drunk. But you could both be good still. Like, that doesn't change anything. Like, you could be good. And you could be bad, sorry. And then, because of that, you would have to be good, so you would be telling the truth. And there's only 1 pair of evil. So... You could be drunk, but you'd have to be telling the truth in this situation, so... Well, you can't be drunk then, so then it would be this, and then there has to be a pair. And then the only pair that can exist with there only being 1 pair would have to be you. and then it wouldn't be you, it would be you. But then now you're telling the truth, so that's not possible. Okay. Is it crazy that I'm just going around having to resolve the entire web from one person's... deciding if one person's true or false? Because I feel like that's gotta be way too much. Not necessarily? No, okay, so... Okay, in this case, 7 is evil. Let's do that. If 7's evil, the only way this works is if you're drunk or evil, and then you're lying to me. But you don't have to be lying to me if you're drunk. But then 7 or 1, that could be right. That would be right. Then there's only one pair of evil. That resolves. Because then you're evil. I think I should spend a Slayer on this. Of course the Slayer can be bad, so I gotta spend 1 and then maybe decide if I want to spend another? Okay, good. This was the only way that so far felt like it could resolve at this point, so that's good. That means you're lying to me, so you could be drunk. But if it's possible that you could be drunk, then let's just use you. That works. You're now not telling the truth, so you could be the drunk, but you both just cleared yourselves. And now there is one pair of evil. Yeah, no, this is the only way it resolves. Okay, woo! I feel like that was staring me in the face for a while, but like, I had to puzzle it out to really feel, like, confident. Think you have got enough people pieced together to have to be good to start piecing things together. Yeah, I got there. Yeah, you're right. You knew what you're talking about. Right, I've got a Lilith, I saw. So I don't want to get too happy about this. I kind of want to... I see one of y'all, the outsider, the outcast. We only have 1, so we should have 2. Ideally now. I want to do the 2 surrounding, because you're possibly a counselor. Actually, I probably should have kept you closed then. That would have been... it might have been better, actually. 1 evil adjacent to you. Let's take a look. You're gonna kill someone. That's just non-negotiable at this point. Let's take some more guys out here. Okay, alright. Alright. Well, if we're gonna kill someone, let's let it go like this. Oh, wait, you don't... Wait. Oh, because I get to click and then... I think I gotta try to do this without losing the health, maybe. If you're right, then you have 1 evil adjacent to you. You can get Lilith to kill an evil is either in a 10-player game or a 9-player game with an unrevealed wretch. Okay. Because then they'll consider them evil, and then it's a 50-50 between the real evil and the wretch. I gotcha, okay. So what else have I got in here? Because I need to work out... We got Plague Doctor as a possibility. No, they can't be, because we got 2 Bombardiers. So, like, you're not possible, which means no one is corrupted. Okay, that's a good start. So if no one's corrupted, then you're literally evil. And just you rambling from your experience. You know, it's interesting to hear about. You're dead. Okay, which means one of y'all got turned into another... outcast, which is strange. Yeah, right? I would not have expected that to be the counselor. Because now one of you had to be either doppelganger or, like, maybe Plague Doctor? Which means that wasn't... I mean, I had as much information as I could use. But, like, I'm not sus of you. That doesn't matter. I could have used the Slayer, but I really felt more likely that I'd use that on you and then the Slayer on the Knight. But why would I use the Slayer on the Knight anyway? Because there can't be another counselor. I don't need to use that anymore. Like, this changes so much because I thought there was no chance you were the... I thought there was no chance you were the counselor. How do we have so many... Bombardiers, then. One of the Bombardiers has to be evil. Like, that has to be, like, that's part of it. What? I guess I could try to kill the... I could try to kill one of the Bombardiers with the Slayer. I was really hoping that you were just gonna be Lilith and I could just flip you over, but whatever. I'm gonna try to kill... Well, you already said... we can't say that you're right, for sure. But I think... You have more of a chance of telling me the truth than not, because we have... Oh, wait, we have 4 evils, because we had the puppet and the puppeteer, but the puppet doesn't change the fact that you wouldn't lie to me. So let's start with... Let's do this. So... Okay, yeah, that was... more likely. You were telling me the truth. Unless... No, you can't be evil. So you've just cleared yourselves, which means the puppeteer has... You have to be the puppet. And if you're not... You know, I'm still prepared to kill you like this, so... Because if you're not... You can't be lying, at least, so... Could do that. So you've cleared each other. You have to be good. Unless you're also a Bombardier after this. Which would... change everything. Okay. Pick 2 characters, learn any of them are evil. I mean, I'm gonna have to just pick the 2 evils. Well, I guess... Evil? False. Okay. Weird thing to say, but alright. Oh, we didn't even look at this guy. I forgot that I could actually, like, look at the... at the end of all that. I guess we're not going to, though. What a weird setup. I mean, it resolved, but what a weird setup. Like, that setup should have not, like, been... That's not how I would have seen it resolving. Like, this guy was so much more likely to be the counselor once we revealed that there were 2 outcasts next to them. Okay. 1 outcast, 2 minion, 1 demon. Are you sure? Oh, yeah, the minions are here. You're minions and you're a demon. Okay. You put a new guy in there, and I can't flip one of y'all over. That's fine. Let's start here. 6 is the real dreamer. Let's see what you want to say. Actually, if that's just a dreamer, you don't say anything, so I don't need to worry about it. The judge. What do we have that corrupt? Just the drunk. I'm gonna get to a point in this game where I'm like, we have 1 drunk. I'm willing to kill. I'm willing to kill the drunk. 4 is good. Take a look. 1 is evil. Okay. 9, 2, or 8. Okay, so we can kind of like resolve. We can't resolve it completely, but if you're telling me the truth. Well, okay, so then no. That clears you, because otherwise there would be no reason why you would incriminate the person that's just said 4 is good, unless they're the drunk, whatever. But that's such a low percentage play that I'm just like willing to like hinge my entire game on it, I guess. So you have to be good. You could be the drunk. No. If you're the drunk, no matter what, you're good. Okay, you're a good person no matter what. You are weird right now. I feel like I can ask... No, I can't ask the dreamer that. 6 is the real dreamer. I could get that. Let's just bring a new guy out here. New guy just dropped. Guy next to dreamer. 6, 9, and 3. There is minion, villager, and outcast. Okay. Villager and outcast. Okay, I need to at least open this up. Cured 0 corruptions. That makes sense, because there's no way for you to cure a corruption. The only corruption that's out here is the drunk, and they're incurable. So, you've told me the truth. Thank you. That means one of you is an outcast and one of you is a minion, according to these guys. According to this guy, but that's... You could be, like, lying to me and you could all be clear. So, at the very least, I'm happy to say that you're clear. Which means I can ask the judge if they're lying. Okay. Saying the truth. So you're a good guy now. Which doesn't really change much. You're both good. So according to you, and you specifically, I'm just gonna tie you together with that. What are the rest of the evils we got? Okay. Witch, Ba, Minion. Because I want to see what this guy will say to someone at some point. Two of these guys are incriminating you. And are already telling me that these guys are evil as well. Like, it's so much more likely that you're just evil. But then the Dreamer would also be evil, so we wouldn't be able to resolve anything with the Dreamer. We can take 7 or 1, let's just take him. Cured 1 corruption? Well, you're just a fool, aren't you? No matter what, that's a lie. You could be the drunk. You could be the drunk, but like, what else do I do but kill the drunk if you're the drunk? I think I just have to kill you. Does anyone mention 7 in any other way? I just have to kill you. Alright. That's the thing with the possibility of the drunk being on the board. Is that you have to second guess everything, but like it can't really stop you from playing the game. The Gem Crafter. So 7. No one said anything about 7, which sucks. Let's switch you to that. So one of you is literally evil. Oh, but I can check the Dreamer here. Could be Minion. You're right, and that means the Dreamer is real. So you're telling me the truth. We don't have a puppeteer, so you're literally evil. All of those are clear. You're the drunk! Here's the thing. Sometimes you gotta kill a drunk. There's sometimes no avoiding it. But there's no way that like, you have to be evil. Okay, that's good. I'm sorry for the drunk, but like, there's no way to cure your corruption. Once you start saying things that are stupid, it's kind of over for you. We never got the witch. But we also know that everyone else is cleared, so you have to just be the witch. Oof, ow. Witch doesn't even get out of bed and we're like, alright, we can't flip you over, but we can kill you. Okay. 1 outcast, 1 minion, 1 demon. Yeah, this could work. It was just the shaman and the Ba, right? Okay, so we can just flip everyone over. There are no corrupted characters. There's literally a plague doctor out there, bestie. There's literally a plague doctor right here. We don't have a drunk. You could literally be corrupted, but like, let's just... You're here. Okay. Closest evil is counterclockwise. And there's 2 evils, so it could be you. And then you. According to you. I could judge that. I could get 2 of the judges to judge pretty much anything. I'm gonna judge this, because it's telling the truth. It's telling the truth. One of you... At least one of you is evil. Someone's corrupted, someone's evil in this situation, because, like, I wanted to see if I could find someone that I could do this to. What if any of them are evil? It could be you. Oh, but you can't be evil according to you, but, like, you could be corrupted. Wait, how many... Okay. There's only 3 people who are lying. It could be literally all of you in this one scenario. I should kill this judge. Then I'll get information. Well, you were just telling the truth. You were just telling the truth. There are no there's no corrupted characters. Because they can't both be corrupted. What did you even do? What do you mean? What? Four is telling the truth, there are no corrupted characters. 4 is telling the truth, there are no corrupted characters. Plague Doctor literally corrupts. Pick one character, it is corrupted. Learn... What? Oh, wait. Wait, yeah, GameStop 1 good villager is corrupted. Okay, yeah. So, one of you is corrupted. It could... But no, it can't be you. What does that mean? That doesn't even resolve. You're evil. No. You can't be evil. You're telling me the truth. Whatever. If you were good and you said truth, then you had to be good because you also said truth. Which means you're right, and the Plague Doctor isn't real. Is that possible? Is that just like a situation that I just didn't know could happen? The Plague Doctor can be evil as the only outcast? Learn if any 2 of them are evil. Okay, so we know that you and you are good. So this will help us incriminate you. So you're good. What are my other outcast options? I don't know. The Doppelganger? Yeah, I guess someone could be out here. We got a lot of Doppelganger possibility. So then a real Doppelganger could be out here, and then there's a Plague Doctor. So yeah. I did know that there was a possibility of, like... I knew that there wasn't a drunk, so I knew that there'd be the Doppelganger is the only other option. The Wretch would have been showing already. So I think you have to be evil, but we're gonna, like, finish this up, because you can literally tell me this. False. So there's no evil people. You're here, and that means 1 is telling the truth, so you're good. And then it literally can only be you and you. And then that means counterclockwise is closer. So this is the only way it resolves. Is you're bad, and somehow you're also bad in this situation. Okay. So now I know that I can look at... So there's always at least 1 real outcast. But if someone's disguised as an outcast... Okay, that makes sense. I just didn't know how the numbers worked with that, because... With this... I was wondering if the 1 outcast could be a demon. Or a minion. But then that, like, changes, like, the whole... number of cards that should be there. So, you can disguise yourself as an outcast, but there has to at least be the number of outcasts that are here as real outcasts. Okay. That's... You know, that shouldn't have been hard to put together, but apparently it was. What do we have in here? Lilith. And Shaman. Part of me just wants to take a stab, but whatever. 8 is the real bard. Let's take a look. There are no corrupted characters. Let's take a look at that right now. You can't corrupt, you can't corrupt. You could have a corruption from you. You're literally the only guy that ruins this. That would have been such an easy way to go. The Knight. He could be corrupted and... the drunk. I'm willing to take a stab at you, because if you are dead, then it means these guys are bad. So, like, I'm willing. Well. Because, like, either way, we were getting rid of 2 bad guys, or, you know, 1 bad guy in that situation. Because they can't both be lying to me for drunk reasons. So if they were the drunk, then you're evil. If you lived, it means you were good. And then secret third option, you're the puppet. Alright, someone's gonna die here. That's nice. 3 is the real bombardier. Well, that would be good to know, because then I'd be less likely to think there's a drunk. So let's go here. I don't want you. 6 is evil. I need to see a double. Like, you could be a doppelganger. Do we have doppelganger in play? No. We just have drunk and bombardier, so... Give me one of these. Left side is more evil. Interesting, because that's very difficult to do right now. Because we'd need a drunk. And we need to know there's a drunk. No matter what, I think I just flip it over, because Lilith can kill one more, but then they'll take me down to 6 health. I can only get 1 person wrong. If I get 2 people wrong, I'm dead from this house anyway, so I'm just gonna let them do that. You could be... Okay, but like, if I kill you, this all resolves no matter what, so we're gonna do this. Okay. Because if that was the case, if you were just corrupted, you would have been the drunk. And if that's the case, then you were wrong and you were wrong. So we still need 2 more. 6 is evil. Like this, okay, how does this go? You were obviously good. Let's highlight you, in case anyone has said anything about 7. No, no one has. Eight is a real bar. You're connected to each other. I still think you're good. And then 3 works like this. Okay. So we can have one of these team-ups be evil. Especially because, like, the puppet is already gone. So no matter what, everyone who's evil is lying. If this is the case... Okay. There's basically 3 sets of 2 that can be evil. And it's you 2, or you 2. So if you're evil, you're good, which means you're good. And then we have... Wait, okay. Left side is more evil. If you're both evil, then you're telling a lie, which is the only time that would work. But... Let's work this out. If you're both, then it's even. If you're both, then it's not even, and it's left side. So then that would work. But the only way that you're good is if you're good too. Because otherwise we don't have enough evil. No. Yeah. Which would mean you're right. So that doesn't resolve. Because, like, we all automatically then have to go, oh, you're telling the truth. So if these 2 are evil, then that's the last 2 evil. So you're correct, and that is correct. Then you're good, and then you're evil, so that's too many evils. So right here, we can tell that you're both good just from that. And now we can go 6 and 3. If they're both evil, then 6 is lying. Okay, yeah, 6 is lying because of that's how we drew that. And then you would be even. There'd be an even spread, so you'd be lying no matter what. So you have to be evil. You have to be evil because that's not possible, because that's the only way it resolves. And you're the puppet, so you should have been next to the puppeteer. Why do I never use, like, the easy piece of information to justify that? I guess because it was between these 2 and these 2, and then if you were the puppeteer, that would work. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that works. Empress? Okay, yeah. Witch is out here again. Not as bad as Lilith, I think, but it does mean that we will lose someone. 2 is a dreamer. I'm not even gonna look at them. Unless there's someone else that says something about 2. 4 is evil. I want to see what you were saying. 3 is a real bard. I am 2 cards away from corrupted character. Okay, let's see what corruption's got going for us. You can't corrupt. The drunk is the only one that can corrupt. Okay. So if you're 2 cards away, it has to be either Jester or this guy. So let's start here. You're the original Baker. Cool. Baker's a good one because I am the original Baker. Means that they're good, I think. If we see another Baker and they say, I was the Baker, I think that could only possibly mean that they were hiding as a Baker before they actually got turned into a Baker. I don't know. There's a real Dreamer here. Well, a possible Dreamer, so they'll only be disguised as a Dreamer. I think we go for the 6. See what happens. Okay. Because I wanted to see if you said I was a Baker. Let's see how this resolves, I guess. So if 2 is a real Dreamer, I'd be able to work that out later, maybe. So let's just put you together. The Jester... I think you're good. I don't know if this means you're good, but, like, I'm gonna take that as good. 4 is evil. If 4 is evil... then 3 is evil. And if 3 is evil, that means... 1, 2... Neither of you are the drunk. If you were the drunk, you wouldn't say, I am the original Baker. That would mean that you have to be the one that they're talking about. There's not much I can do to work that out yet. And then this here would mean that there is 1 pair of evil. I guess it doesn't mean that it can't be you. I mean, I guess it can. In this scenario, if they're bad, then you can't because of that, because then we'd also have a 3rd evil, and you both would have to be evil in this situation, unless when I use the drunk. We're just gonna, like, completely omit having the drunk in this entire scenario, because, like, it's a 50-50, it's a drunk or doppelganger. I mean, we do have 2 mediums. The 2 Bakers doesn't matter, because they were an Empress. Or they're not at all, but they're not claiming anyone else on the board. Unless, there's no Empress on here? I thought there was. There's no Empress on here. What? You guys only disguise as people who are in the deck, right? So that means you have to be the drunk. Okay. So in this scenario, we can just omit anyone lying because they're good. Because you're... Let's just put green on you. So then this has to happen, then you have to be good, because you can't both be bad, so you would both be good in this situation. And then 4 is evil, you still said that, so you were the one who said that. You are now correct. And now the Jester is the only other one it could be. And then we can actually see if this is right by going 4, 3, and 1. How many of y'all are evil? There are 2 evils, so this isn't possible, because if you were all the bad guys... Wait a minute. Huh. I don't know how this works. Actually, this doesn't resolve in the way that I've got it out here. 4, 3, and 1, there are 2 evils. If you're lying to me, it's the opposite way around, right? Sure. You're lying to me, there's 1 evil. then it would be you. Because, like, this can't be the way it resolves. If this doesn't resolve, then this doesn't resolve. So that means you're evil. Then you're good. And you're good. Well, you have to be, because, like, you have to be the drunk. So that's 1, 2, that's 3, actually. So that doesn't work, so... No. So that means you're lying to me. And you can't be the drunk. You're literally lying to me. 3 is the real bar. You'd be lying. What have I missed? It could be you, but it can't be you because then you would be lying as well. So that's not possible. 2 is a real dreamer. I wish I had the dreamer out here. But, like, you can't possibly... It can't be all 3 of you because then you would say there's no evil. So it's not possible. None of this is possible. Okay, we're just starting again. I was an empress. It's not true. There was no empress here. Therefore, you have to be the drunk. You have to be the drunk. Therefore, you're good. I am the original baker. I guess... Can you lie about that? And then because you're the original baker, like, you claim that some other people can turn into bakers? But then if that's the case, you'd be evil. Okay, let's just see if this works at all. But you're 2 away from a corrupted character. You can't be corrupted. Because it has to be you. You'd be 3 away. You're literally lying to me, so you'd have to be bad. And then 3 is real bard. It's that. And then you're also wrong, because then there's 2... which doesn't make any sense, but you're right. And then... there's 2 evils, I guess, so you could be correct. Then we have 4 evils! And then we just assume that both of you are good? What? You couldn't have been an empress, though. What are you talking about? This is ridiculous. Like, there's no... This doesn't resolve. Anyway, I don't think this resolves. I guess you could be... No. There's an entire possibility that you're both telling... But you can't be telling me the truth because you're not 2 away from... You're 3 away from the only person who can be... bad. Because, like... Oh, wait, the Empress is right there. Why did I... Okay, that changes everything. So, you could literally be an Empress. That doesn't... Okay, so now there's... That changes everything. How did I go in there and not see the Empress? 2 cards away from a corrupted character. Possible. You can't be corrupted, could you? I don't actually know if the original baker can be corrupted. I feel like I am the original baker is like the same thing as saying... like, I'm good as the lover. Okay, now let's... Okay. Like, let's say that you're evil. If you're the original baker, if you're evil... then how does this resolve? Resolve with you telling a lie, then. You 2 could be good in this situation, then you're 2 away from a corrupted. And it would have to be you. So you'd be good, but telling me a lie. You'd have to be good, but telling me a lie. Is this one of those ones where all of them would be good? Or is it, like, inverse? Like, they say good is bad and bad is good? Because if that's the case... Oh, I don't know how the gesture works. I wish it told me. I like it. I feel like that's something it should say. Like, when I'm corrupted, I say something stupid. When I'm corrupted, everyone is good. Or when I'm corrupted, it's just backwards. The problem is, they don't tell you these things. So I can't tell how the gesture works. It's only 1 pair of evil. you'd have to be lying to me. But if you were lying to me, you would then thus be telling me the truth. So that doesn't resolve. And if it was, like, you would have to be a real, like, you can't, then, you could be telling me the truth, then you're evil, then you have to be evil, and then that's already not true, so then you're evil, and then, if that's not true, then there's this, and you're telling me that there's two evils, so then you'd be good but not corrupted. And then there's 5 evils. Okay, so start the experiment again. start the experiment again. Then I'm gonna have to go with 2 is a real, dreamer is a lie. 2 is evil. Then we have someone means that there's a pair of evil. Like if you were bad, then you would also be good. What the hell? Ah! Because if you were evil, you would be good. Someone in this situation, you're good, but you're evil and you're the drunk. You're the drunk in this situation, and that means you're lying to me. And that means you're lying to me, and you can't be drunk. So that's 3, and then you were correct, and then there's 2 pairs of evil, so you're also evil, and then you're the original baker, and you're the empress, and now we have 4. I don't get it. I don't get it. There's no way to... It doesn't resolve. No matter which way I do this, the entire game doesn't resolve. You're evil. Let's start there. You're evil, therefore, you're good, but you could also be the drunk. Maybe that's the only way that works. Because then you're evil with them. You have to be good, because then if you're bad, you would thus create the situation that you're telling me would then not be possible. So you have to... The only answer is you're good, and then either of you two are bad. And that would mean... Then there's 2 evils between you, and you, and you're not corrupted, because that would... So you have to be telling me the truth. So you would have to be evil, or you would have to be evil. That doesn't resolve. It just doesn't resolve. That one doesn't resolve. So you can't be... Okay, here's my problem right now. Is that you can't be good or bad, so you're the drunk. You're literally the drunk. You're literally the drunk. And they're good. And then you're good. And that means... You're evil. And... Then... If you're bad, then you're bad, so that'd be both bad, which means that's not true, so you'd all be bad. So you can't... That can't be possible. And at this point, if you're telling the truth, you're good. And then you were never an empress. And then this is a lie. And then you're the drunk, and this is the only way this resolves, my dude. This is the only way the circle resolves. Been here for like 20 minutes going, what do you mean that none of this resolves? It hinges on you lying to me but being good. And you lying to me. But then, wait, no, you can't possibly be, because then you're corrupt, and the corrupted's right. It still doesn't work. It still doesn't work. Because you're the real bard in this situation, and then you need to be corrupted. Hi, lass. I'm losing it. I'm losing it because there's no way to resolve this. I swear there's no way to resolve this. I've done every possible... Why am I turning into an Ace Attorney villain? Is this game? This game is gonna make me a villain. I hope you're doing well, lass. I hope that everyone's doing well today but me. Because that wasn't possible. This wasn't possible, so you can't be the drunk. You can't be the drunk, you can't be good, and you can't be evil. That's not possible! You're good. Okay, in this situation, you're good. You're the guy who is good. And there's not enough to really hinge anything on, but let's start. In this situation, you're good. I'm not even touching you. You know what? You were an empress in this situation. And then... I don't know. You're good, therefore you're evil, you're evil. You're corrupted. So you're not the original baker, but you were the first baker, so it's not possible. So yeah, you're evil. You know what? They had to be evil. Like, there's no chance. Like, in every situation, when I say that they're good, they were lying at the end of it, no matter what. So there was no chance that they couldn't be. And we can finally open this, crack the case wide open. You're a dreamer. I can ask what you are. Could be a minion. You're literally evil. You're the drunk. This whole time the drunk was there. Okay. Well, that means you're not the real dreamer anyway. You're lying. You were lying this whole time. And that means you saying that there are two evils. If you're lying to me, you're evil, so you're then telling me the truth. So you have to be telling me the truth, and you can't be the bad guy, and 3 is the real bard, so... that one almost killed me. That one, I could feel my brain leaking out my ears. We got Puka, we got Puka. I don't care. I'll kill 1,000 drunks before I let this company die. It's just Puka, so like we can open up everyone. That's nice. Puka and PP or whatever their shapes. Yeah, Puka and I don't know. Yeah, I guess Puka and PP work. Boba and Kiki are good. 6 is good. What the hell do you mean 6 is good? You were 6! Okay, so your entire thing depends on if you're good or not. You can't just be out here, Gemcrafter, going, yeah, I'm good. That doesn't help anyone! Heals are not adjacent to each other. Cured 2 corruption. There's no corruptions on the board, my dude! Oh, actually, no, there are. There's not that many. Well, you can't be corrupted. Well, I mean, you can't be uncorrupted. You can't possibly see both of Puka's corruptions. It's simply too far away. So you're either corrupted or a liar, so... Let's start there. No matter what, you're not telling the truth. Evils are not adjacent to each other. That's, like, literally true. There's only one evil, so, like... I'll give you that. It's starting to look like you're Puka. Bestie, it's starting to look like you're Puka. You would be corrupted in this situation. You would be good, but uncorrupted. See who's lying. I mean, as long as you're not corrupted, you would just tell me you're right. Telling the truth, so that means you're good. You wouldn't be able to die to this, so it's, like, safe to just, like, hit you with that. And then, this is the only mess that we're in. And there's the only way to prove that you're corrupted is to try to kill Puka with you, and you say no. But that doesn't really prove anything, so let's just kill Puka. The 6 is good. Okay, Puka, whatever. I almost actually killed the gem crafter for trying to clear themselves, and that would have been the fastest clear ever. What a game this one. Damn, we've been going for 2.5 hours. Kind of like only 1.5 hours if you don't include how long I stayed on Bandle telling stories about my life. We got a knitter out here. Yeah, I'll see that. That was it. Hey Arthur episode where like he has a nightmare where everyone in the town is labeling him as a knitter, and he gets like a scarlet letter on his chest because he's like no, and then like in his dreams like he sleeps going no, I'm not a knitter. What were they on when they did that episode? Huh? Like that was such a weird reference to like I guess history. I don't know. Like what is that supposed to be? Anyway, what do they mean by that? Alright, I'm good with just open up all these guys. Yo, Wretch. I love to see the Wretch. That's so me. And now we know that there's no Plague Doctor. I guess we could have, you know, well, we definitely know there isn't. So, like, that gets rid of, like, a corruption source as well. So that makes it easier to find Puka. But then we know there's no, like, drunk. I mean, there is no drunk already, but, like... So anyone who's lying is Puka or next to Puka, so that's a good start. Evils are not adjacent to each other, so true. Why do you keep literally telling me these things? There's one bad guy. What about you? Okay. I'm 2 cards away from closest evil. Well, you're telling me the truth. So you can't be Puka, and you can't be Puka. So the situation go like this. Either you're Puka and you're lying. You're Puka, you're telling the truth, and you both are lying. Which is entirely possible because... the only part of the board that is clear is down here. And you're saying one of these is evil? Okay. Well, I could get the Jester to do the same one and see what they say, because if they're the bad guy, then they would say that there is 2 bad guys. So let's start there. No, but they could still be Puka. They could still be Puka. They could be corrupted, right? That means you're bad or corrupted. I don't know how to test you in this situation. Because, like, you're just gonna tell me everyone could be Puka. And we only know that's right when we start killing. So what about you? What are we doing? I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have just done the... No, because, like, I can't tell. I can't tell, because... Alright, so... You can't be Puka. At least we can clear you with Puka, because otherwise you can't be corrupted, so... You can't be lying. Well, I mean, you can be lying, but you can't be... lying if you're Puka. Well, we've already cleared you because you're there. Okay. I'm losing it. Evils are not adjacent because we only have 1, so that's true. They're corrupted, do they always lie? Yes, if they're corrupted, they lie. If they're evil, they lie, unless they are the puppet, which is created from the puppet master. The puppet will always tell the truth, but is evil. So... in this situation, it's really hard to, like, say... because, like, if it's you... You're corrupted, which there's no way to like measure. You would lie, which you did, so it's a possibility that it's you. If it's you, you would lie, and then you would be corrupted. Wait, so... But you have to be either Puka or corrupted, so this has to be false. So that means all of you have to be good. So you just incriminated yourself, haven't you? Because all of them have to be good in this situation... because you're always either... Oh, but I guess it could be you. But then you wouldn't be... if it's you, then you're telling me the truth. I think it can't be you. It can't be you because of this. No, it can be. I think I start killing here. And then if you were telling me the truth, I don't know. It's literally you, or you. If it's not you, then you're telling me the truth, and then you're 2 cards away. So it can't be you, actually. Because if it's you, then you can't lie, and then you'd still be lying. So it can't be you. So in this case, if you're lying, it has to be you or you. It's between these two, and there's no way to tell. It's a 50-50. So I'm gonna kill the Empress first, because we hate the monarchy. Yes, Puka! Okay, they told on themselves. Good. Empress clears Jester because she's always lying, so Jester can never be evil. Yeah. She's always lying. The Jester can never be evil. She's always lying in every situation other than this one, but then that's not the case, so... Yeah, we got to the same result, but... different ways. And because they're always cleared in every situation, and that means it could only be you. That this person could only be telling the truth essentially never then, because of that. So then it has to be you because you're, yeah. In that situation. I don't know, we got there somehow. We got Lilith on the board, who kills someone at random if I haven't killed them yet after 4 reveals, so... Let's be a little slower about this one. Look. Wait, do we have any corrupted possibility? There's no way anyone's corrupted. I guess we kinda go. Druid. We're gonna lose a guy, it's, like, unavoidable at this point. Okay, so we know that they were definitely good, so let's mark that before we do anything. And 1, 2, 3. I mean, I guess there's no reason why we need to... Alright, we don't have the drunk, right? We've been through that. Okay, so there's no way you're corrupted in any way, so you have to be good, you have to be telling the truth. Okay, and then... What do you do? 1 random outcast. Okay, we can test you by making you click the Wretch, the Slayer, there. There are no outcasts? Okay, I think that's true, because you don't register as an outcast. Yeah, Wretch does not appear as an outcast for her. So I think you're telling me the truth. Because if you were lying, you would say there is Wretch. Because, like, you wouldn't play by your own rules. So I think you're good. Which makes me think that these 3 are all good, then. But I know both of you are good. So let's... Evil, false. That's so true. So you are also now cleared. Then the Jester... I'm not gonna hinge it on you. I'm gonna hinge it on these other ones in case I'm, like, wrong about that situation. Lilith is 2 cards away from closest evil. Cool. This Jester is just gonna, like, try to clear themselves. There are 0 evils. You're good. Okay. So that means the only 2 bad people I can see is these guys. But if you're possibly good, and I'm wrong about this, let's just try that. Couldn't kill 2? Then it's over for you. Okay, and then the Puppeteer... the Puppeteer has to have, the puppet be the adjacent one, so it is you. Okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. Some of these, like, logic puzzles are obviously too much for me, because we've seen me go insane over that one for, like, 20 minutes, but some of them are, like, pretty chill. Okay, we got Plague, Wretch, Doppelganger. I'm glad that there's no possible corruptions. Sources, at least. Oh, the Plague Doctor. Yeah, you're right. We have Lilith, or Witch was it? I think that was Witch. Yeah, Witch. I love the design. Yeah, they do have some nice, looking guys. I like the art style of this game. The art of this game, the game feel, like, is very important for it, because, like, if you could get this game wrong by not having it feel good to play, because like all the mechanics would be there even without it, and then you just like flip a card over and it doesn't have a flip animation, it just kind of like changes or something. It's on a white background. You know, if it was like the Cards Against Humanity online clone thing, whatever, was it Pretend You're Zuzi or whatever, and then you just be like, I don't feel like playing this. We do have the witch, so the witch does mean that we can't flip one over while she's alive. So let's take a look at what we got. Both sides are equally evil. Okay, centrist. Okay, alright. Me voting for Donald Trump in the 2024 election, because I'm like, both sides are equally evil, but like, at least one of them's a male. And I'm this guy, I'm centrist. I don't know if we're ready for that kind of misogyny here, but whatever. Unfollow? No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like most centrists are still, like, misogynistic too, to an extent. But maybe we got some good centrists. I was about to say some good misogynists, but I don't think that's what I meant. One evil is adjacent to you. That's good to know. I am 2 cards away from closest evil. I am 1 card away from closest evil. Okay, bestie. If this is the case, then you're 3 cards away from that one, and then you could be 2 cards away from that one. So let's view you. You're at 0 corruptions. Bestie, that is possible. We do have a Plague Doctor. This situation is horrendous. The Plague Doctor situation is insane. That one pick of the Tesla with the Harry Potter license plate. What? That's the cognitive dissonance. Sorry. The Tesla Harry Potter license plate and hates TERFs. I don't know what therapy. Therapy. Like, I don't know what went wrong with your life, but you need therapy. Like, there's something there. Something's gotta give. Your life will be so much better for just therapy for that. I sentenced that person to 3 months of therapy. Just, I don't know. Maybe they might need the real stuff. I was gonna say, maybe we could, like, just get them on one of those apps that is, like, fake therapy. But, like, I guess, you know, was it Bigger Help or something? Like, I don't think, you know, I think we need, like, a real, I don't know, maybe there's real, therapists on BetterHelp, but, like, I don't know if I trust that. Would they be able to do heroin without being addicted? Bestie, if they're still addicted to Harry Potter, and it's been, like, what, 30 years? And it's been, like, 25 since, like, we were getting, like, the movies. Like, I'm pretty sure they'd be addicted to heroin if they tried it. I think that's fair to say. What is it they say? I feel sorry for the people who are still, you know, obsessed with Harry Potter. They're books for children. Movies into the 2010s? Yes, sure, early 2010s, but only because they made 8 movies. If you are, like, okay, you had to have some kind of decline in caring about it, but you were just kind of committed. I feel like you'd have to be committed to watching the rest of it. It's not like you were really happy to see the conclusion. I can't possibly understand that. Unless you're mentally ill. And that's fine, you're allowed to be mentally ill. But we should get you, like, a 30-day free trial to BetterHelp, at least, I don't know, something like that. They're still doing them, though? Well, in a sense, they are, because they decided to, like, start again, like, do a TV show instead. I'm like, sure, whatever, do it. I'm not watching. I'm done. I read some of the books. I say some, but I'm pretty sure I read all of them at the end. It was, oh my god, the 4th book was such a slog. It was so slow. Nothing happened for most of the book. And it took me so many tries. Like, I read that one so many times. Not all the way through. I gave up on that book so many times throughout the years that I had to come back to it and start over when I was like, okay, I'll try again. It just wasn't it. Not to be rude to the author or anything. I hear they're doing great things these days, or so. It's just the fourth one was just so like slow. So like I've done my time. I've done my Harry Potter time, and I would never say I was like a super fan. I read it to be a part of like, oh, other people are enjoying this. I'd love to know what's going on, but I only this year watched like half the movies that I hadn't seen, and the other half the movies I had seen were just because I had them around, like when other people were watching them because other people were obsessed with them. So like I had at least the minimum amount of like understanding them through cultural osmosis. I don't like, I'm trying to say I don't mean to be rude to the author, but like that's also not really true either. But I'm not that like this isn't why I want to be rude to the author, Like it wasn't based on anything like that. Okay. Let's start doing this, because in this situation, let's say you're both good. Let's start you're evil in this situation, and then you're evil because that's the only way that both of you can be good. So let's start working out how that works. And then you think both sides are equally evil. Okay, centrist. Sorry, it's same joke again. If both sides are equally evil, then that's not possible. That's literally not possible in this situation, because we need another evil guy, and it can't be on this side of the board. It could be you, but then these guys are wrong. You're not wrong. You're wrong. So in this situation, you would have to be evil, which then undermines what you said because you'd be correct. It undermines what everyone's saying. So let's not. We can safely say this can't be a situation where both of you are good. But one of you can be corrupted. But like, let's start with you're evil. Therefore, nothing's going on over here. And then that doesn't matter. And you are one card from closest evil. If that's the case, and you're evil, then you would be good. I mean, you would be evil. And then both sides aren't equally evil. So, yes, this resolves with that. You could still be evil. I guess, do you say equidistant, or is that only the medium? I think it might be the medium. Please be rude to her, oh my god. Sorry, I just saw that one come through. I don't know. I just don't care to stick around in the Harry Potter section of the stream anymore. It's just like, I've said my piece, But like, let's get that one guy into therapy. That one Tesla driver. Like, if anything, like he needs therapy. I say he because like, God, I hope it's a he and not a she at that point. That'd be even worse. I guess could be they. There's a lot of pronouns I guess they could have, but Tesla kind of given, not really. And there's just way too much cognitive. God, please, you already regret ever even mentioning it. Okay, we can move on. Let's just play the game. We do this sometimes. You cured 0 corruptions, which is entirely possible. But if you did cure a corruption, which you didn't, this just means that you could never have been cured of a corruption. You could never have been corrupted, because if you were corrupted, you would have taken away their corruption. And if you couldn't do that, then you would have been the corrupted one. So you can't be corrupted. And then that means, you still could be corrupted. No, you can't be corrupted, because saying you cured 0 corruptions is literally the truth, no matter what. So you have to be good. Or you have to be good. Yes. Which means you can't be 2 away from that. But then that doesn't work. Because if you were talking about 1, 2, okay, that could work. And then both of you would be cleared. Cards away. Ba is 3 cards away. I can't tell which one's the Ba, bestie. Not right now. let's finish this other one that I got. Okay, you're good. Like we've seen that you're good. If you're 2 away from closest evil, then you are evil, which means that clears both of you. And then both sides are equally evil. And the only way that works is if there's no wretch here, so you would have to be evil, someone over here would have to be evil, and you would have to be evil. You're the only way that both sides equally works. But in this situation, you clear them. So I just feel like you had to be evil. There's so many reasons why you don't work out with literally everyone else over on this side. Unless you're both... No, but then... You could be corrupted. Okay, let's try to uncorrupt them. Oh, that was the answer? Okay. 7 is evil. Then 1 evil adjacent to you makes... Okay, so this makes sense. You're literally lying to me. You're literally lying to me. You're literally evil. There's no real corruptions. What? Wait. How do you work when you... I always see myself as not corrupted even if I am evil. So you can be evil, which means we do have a drunk out here. No, not a drunk. We have a doppelganger. Who do we have 2 of? We don't know. Who else could it be? Just the doppelganger is the only one that it could be. The plague doctor is literally evil. You can't be corrupted. If you... Wait, no, you could be corrupted. Can you corrupt yourself from this? 1 good villager. You are good, so you could have corrupted yourself. But then, if you did corrupt yourself, you'd be uncorrupted by this guy. There's no way. You're literally evil. Okay, there. I didn't know that that's how, like, I didn't know. I thought they would just be like, they're not corrupted if they were evil. But it turns out they can literally just say, oh yeah, they were corrupted. Let's reset that situation. We got 1 definite good, 1 definite bad. Actually, 2 definite good because we killed the lover. And that kind of means that you're clear because we only had 1 evil adjacent. And then the bot is 3 cards away from closest evil. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute. But that doesn't mean... It could be this situation. You be lying. I can't say for sure though. Both sides are equally evil. If you... Wait. You weren't corrupted though. But... Let's try to resolve this, because we got this side pretty clear. Let's use the triangle method here. Let's say that you guys are evil. That means that you're correct about that, and you are 1 card away. So that resolves. But let's not do that right now. Let's say that you're good and you're evil, because as long as you're good, you have to be evil in this situation. And then, who else would be evil? You would have to be telling the truth. You wouldn't be 2 cards away. You'd be 3 or 1. So you would have to be evil. So in every situation, you have to be evil. Just about. Let's start again. So if you're that, you have to be good. Therefore, you're lying in this situation. And then that could be you. Or you. But then you're 2 away, so you're good in that situation. One card away, so that's a lie. And then... That's the case. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 1, 2, 3. So it can't be, because if... Because that'd be 1, 2 away. And that'd be 1, 2, 3... So... Okay, this doesn't work, because if this happened... The ba would be 3, so you could be the ba, I guess. 1, 2, 3. No, that would work. No, but then you wouldn't be the closest evil. So that's not possible. So it, like, has to be you. Because, like, in any situation you're good, it doesn't resolve. Any situation you're bad, it does resolve. Let's just take it back out here. Once again, we've just seen what happens if you're evil, so you have to be evil. Okay. And that means you're still telling the truth, so ba is 3 cards away from closest evil. But doesn't that mean that no matter what, it always had to be... Because, like, you couldn't be any earlier. But you could have been here. No, actually, this is the only way it could ever have worked out once I actually made that triangle anyway. Now that I think about it. Both sides are equally evil. 1 away. If you're lying... Wait a minute. But then you're still too close for that guy, so it still has to be you. Okay. I guess we never worked out what you are. We can, okay. I think we might do just, like, one more of these. Get up to 30 villages saved, and we'll jump off for the day. But it's been good. Just chatting and, playing some clock towers of, Demon Bluff. Let me just snooze an ad real quick so that we don't get one at the end of the stream. Ooh. Do we have Witch? I didn't actually check. We have Puka and Counselor, so we can just flip everyone. And then we have 2 Outcasts when we should have 1. So one of you is evil. Which is weird because, like, you will always count as evil, so, like, this could be weird. Puka is 2 cards away from closest evil. That's possible. Actually, no, that's not impossible, because we have the Counselor, don't we? Double check. Yeah, we have the Counselor. Okay, so this is entirely possible. So actually, y'all are more suspicious than either of you. And then we got Puka as well. It's not easy. Okay. I mean, 7th... Well, Plague Doctor doesn't need to get there, the one that they infected. So, like, maybe we can take advantage of Plague Doctor being here. Between 7, 3, 8, there's a Villager, Outcast, and Minion. Okay, well, already we see a single Outcast. Minion. So you couldn't be the minion. So you literally had to be evil? But you could be lying. But if you were lying to me, this wouldn't be true at all. You wouldn't have gotten a single outcast. Right? How do you do? All characters in your info of villagers. Let's double check. You're an outcast, not a villager. So you can't be corrupted or evil. So you have to be telling the truth, which means you have to be evil. And that means all of you are unsussed, because that was the counselor. So you turned this guy into a wretch, which is like, you know, it's kind of a vibe. I know a few people who are the reason why I am a wretch. Not my counselors, I guess. I don't know. Maybe if I just had a therapist instead of like a bad boyfriend, who knows? This guy that I'm using as a counselor but is actually toxic. Anyway, it's good. We're great. Number 5 is a real scout. Do you think so? I think they could be. Oh, what have I done? Hey, am I okay? I'm just kind of talking. It's okay. I'm kind of a wretch sometimes. I'm a bit of a wreck. The judge can now judge you freely. Yeah, okay, then you're good. So that means Puka is not you. Obviously, we've known that for a little while. I don't know why I've not colored you in yet. And that means you're lying, so you can't be Puka. So if you can't be Puka, that's the only one that's left, so you're good. So 5 is a real scout. That doesn't mean anything, because, like, you could be... Could you, though? Because I think you're kind of cleared, because we've already seen the extra outcasts, and we need at least one outcast that's a real outcast. So I think you're clear, and that clears you. Puka is 2 cards away from closest evil. I think it has to be you. Let's double check. Could be Puka. Yeah, it's you. What do you mean? They're corrupted. So true. But they're corrupted. Now I can do this. Is corrupt. 7 is evil. Yes, I know that. Thank you so much, Plague Doctor. Why did I think you were good? I don't know. Why are you good? Because 7 is lying. Yes, that's true. So Puka can't be next to you. So you can't be Puka, but you could be just stupid anyway. Why would you be stupid? Because it's a stupid... Right, so then you're... Okay. So then you're just lying because of that. You had to be Puka. Okay. That wasn't so bad. We got there. Well, let's see. We've just been doing endless all day, which is like kind of cool. I don't think we failed one, actually. I think I've, gotten a few wrong kills, but I don't think we've ended an entire village because of it. So that's kind of cool. I think we'll just leave it at 30 villages saved. I think I'm done. I think we made it 3 hours, and I'm oversharing a little too much. Who knows? Go back to the menu. Go to menu. Alright. Demon Bluff. Still just the demo? Still just the demo, but it's still really good. I don't know. I wanted to at least come back to it for a little bit today before maybe switching off to something else, but we just played it all day. Just played it all day once we were done with Bandle, which is it's a good sign. It's a good sign that I can play a demo for like 4.5 hours within like the same week. Within like the same span of a week, I guess. Don't listen to myself. Sorry, I don't. You wouldn't have been able to hear that come through, but that's fine. I don't really know anyone who's online, so I'm probably just not gonna raid anyone tonight. None of my friends are online. No one I really care to raid. So like, y'all know where to go. Y'all know where you want to be. But thanks everyone for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. I need to get back to Joey, but I think we're doing Mario Party. I would still do it anyway. Simon, if you're still here, you're invited. I think. If not, I'll just jump out. we get too many people. We can just play Pummel Party as well. I probably should have mentioned that to you, Simon. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow for Mario Party or Pummel Party, whatever it ends up being. It's gonna be something like that. All right, bye everyone. Peace. Bye.